Welcome, one and all, to the State of the League podcast. This is our first recording, believe it or not.
We are here to break down not only the State of the League podcast, but the state of the community around the State of the League podcast. We're here to talk about the lobbyists and their lives. We have all their gossip over here on my phone.
Because we care. We care about it.
Yeah. We do care. Yeah, exactly. So Mr. 500 is here, joined by Fez and myself, Catherine, and we're going to get right into it. I didn't watch the last pod.
Neither did I.
I finished it up this morning.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a play-by-play.
Must be nice for you.
So we can sort of get some, live reactions to Jack and Pablo.
Okay. Let me get it up. Let me get the pod up. And I really hope so this is before the tragic events that took place. Well, I shouldn't say tragic. They're pretty good. Tragic for some, maybe. Tragic. Yeah. Well,
some among us are OKC fans, and we'll get to that.
Okay. Now, they do open with the classic opening, and this is good from them, because it's just about consistency here. And I think that they at least can do that.
But, they spend the first 30 minutes just not talking ball. Like, their usual
That's good. That's
a little
good.
longer than usual. And, the moment it hit 30 minutes, Pablo's like, and we're at 30, so let's move on to ball talk. And they just drop everything they were talking about
the timer?
Ball talk.
They should drop the timer. They should just go for it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I can't help but notice that in the first frame of the intro here, we have really strong sort of body language cues. So you guys, are you familiar with the green line test?
Yes.
So as you can see, they're both standing straight, and neither of them is leaning into each other. So it's not really clear yet who the alpha in the Pablo-Jack dynamic is, but I'm sure that we'll break that down a little bit further as we get further into the pod.
Okay, we're going to begin. I hope they don't mess anything up. It would be bad. Just a little podcast joke.
Basketball 너무. I like the
Classic intro, too, by the way. Great
I'm
intro.
not good at. Yes, I'm not. Me too.
And they pull it off. That's good. You'll have to see
Good
that.
time.
Back to landing.
Hello, everybody.
Part 2.
Welcome
of the
back to
faces.
the State of the League podcast.
Unprofessional camera work
NBA
from Pablo, as
podcast.
usual.
What's the tagline today, Mr. Escobar?
They bring sunshine on a rainy day.
Oh, okay.
Is
The
that
only
cool,
NBA
guys?
podcast that controls the weather. All right.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Yeah, that's what they
It's
never
true,
tell
it's
you.
right.
People are like, the government, they have a machine that makes hurricanes. Government doesn't have that shit. We do.
And so does my ex-wife, cause she could put a fucking rain cloud over my fucking head any fuck.
Okay, I think we need to talk about Pablo real quick.
The casual asceticism is crazy.
I think we're gonna first. I think. Do we want to discuss the classic Pablo camera?
Yeah, I think we do.
Let's open with that, because I think. Does he usually? I mean, he doesn't have it now, but he tends to have sort of a greasy film over it occasionally.
From time to time.
And then he is now giving us. I mean, I guess the face is the most important part, but I'd love a little more from Pablo, honestly.
The other
And the
thing
lighting's
about
No, the
Pablo-
lighting's
3 people is a lot of people.
It's a lot more than 2. 1.5 times, one might say.
One might say. You go, Fez.
I was going to say, and the lighting, too, kind of dark in there, I
It's-
can't
yeah.
really see all the colors of his face, I want
It's
to see his face.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I would say 2 main things about the Pablo video environment. The first is, if we let it run for another second, he's always looking over the camera. There's something over there. We don't know what it is, but it's got his attention.
At any fucking
Which
day.
makes me think, like,
Oh my
Guys,
god.
come on
you
to
see,
bed.
he just looked over at it.
Guys,
He
Pablo's
is
interactive.
That's
Pablo.
scary. That's a distrustful environment. I just don't trust it.
I think Pablo might be hiding a little boy in his room.
So that that's a good theory. I think we could shape that over the course of the rest of this pod. I do know. So, is there a way we can, I don't think I can enhance, but I'd love to know what's on those sticky notes back there.
I would
I've always
say
been
that
curious.
caretaking instructions for the little boy.
So do you think he wrote those himself, or did someone write them for him?
I think it was a collaborative process between Pablo and the little boy. And I just want to clarify, saying you're keeping a little boy in your room, it sounds bad. But in Pablo's case, I think he's keeping him for friendship.
Okay. Interesting. We'll keep note of that.
I mean, they did admit off the top they controlled the weather, so what are they not telling us? What are they
Yeah,
hiding from us?
yeah. I did not know that they controlled the weather. That is news to me.
It is news to me.
And I will give report.
It kind of makes sense, right? Because the weather is always shitty, which makes sense because Pablo is a Bulls fan. And so he's always in a bad mood, always giving us bad weather.
Yeah, Bulls fans have it the worst, don't they? No other team is in a worse position right now. That's for sure what I'd say. If I was a fan of the Bulls, I'd be like, this is the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to talk about the Thunder right now? Probably not, huh?
I don't
We-
think we
I
want
mean-
to talk about
Let's not talk about the Thunder. We'll talk about them later, okay? Sound good, bud? All right.
Guys,
It's an interactive episode.
Pablo's going through a pretty nasty divorce right now. It's getting dragged out in the courts. He doesn't want custody, but she's trying to force it on to him. They're fighting over
Is
who
the little boy his
gets
son?
to leave the kids, pretty much. It's
The theory expands, I think.
Could it not be one of his children?
No. So the reason that Pablo doesn't want custody,
It's because he's busy. He's busy with the little boy.
He's busy with the little
He
boy.
already has
He
one
already-
son. You don't need a second one.
He doesn't need another. And again, it's sort of like a general friend situation. They're friends, but it's like a son in that the boy is little.
It's the classic adult man, little boy friendship that we all know.
Classic.
We recognize it
I would
from,
say-
yeah.
Many tropes, many celebrated pieces of media. Most of them, by the end, it turns out the friendship is like it's weird and it's not good. But in this case, that's just his best friend.
It's a subversion of many of the trends we've come to see with cinema, film, all sorts of media. And I'm really proud of Pablo. Can I say that? Proud of Pablo for breaking that.
I
Yeah.
am too. Good for him.
He's
What a
Yeah.
very brave man.
It's good for Pablo, and also, I mean, I think the little boy, I'm really proud of the little boy too. What's his name? I always forget.
I think we can piece that together throughout the pod, because I don't know either.
Yeah, it always escapes me. But the little boy actually bought Pablo his microphone.
Do we have the receipts for that, or are you trying to spread fake news on the State of the League?
All right, listen. I'm not spreading anything except for gossip. And I will say I did get a gossip request about Pablo's microphone and the little boy. So, I don't know where it came from.
Ooh.
We don't reveal us. Yeah, we're good journalists. We don't reveal our sources. We protect our sources. So, like, you know,
So
whatever
true.
tips we have, we can't for our hand as well.
So
We
true.
do protect our sources, but I will say a lot of these lobbyists or gossipers did sign the gossip request.
They signed.
They will get
Hey,
shouted.
they're proud.
Okay.
They're proud of themselves.
We're gonna resume the pod. I don't have anything to say about Jack so far. He's had a very standard opening, I think.
Yes.
He's much more.
He's Mr. Consistent.
Yes, that's it.
That's the beauty of Jack, though. He's sort of like, sailboat on calm waters.
I don't know why you did this motion then if it's calm, but it's fine.
Here, you know what?
We'll discuss it later.
It's kind of
We can fix it in
nasty.
post.
Yeah, hey, but it's not my fault. They got her fucking face. That's not my fucking problem.
Who is at fault in the divorce? Do we have any early predictions?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, as a lover of the State of the League pod, I am inclined against any situation in which the boys may be in the wrong.
Any?
Most. I'm gonna
There we
go with
go.
most.
There we go.
But in the case of Pablo's divorce, it seems like it's pretty messy. It seems like it's probably a two-way street.
I'm getting like Marriage Story type vibes. You know, like they're both at fault. They both did wrong things to each other, and they're both just in different spots of life. You know,
So true.
not meant for each other.
Like, for example, the wife wants to raise her children, and Pablo wants to raise another little boy. And I could see that being a big source of friction, like if the little boys don't get along with each other.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll learn more about that. I hope so.
I hope so too. We need to.
Okay. I'm your host Jack, aka Jokic Showstar.
Been listening to a ton of Adam Carolla, by the way. No.
Who's Adam Carolla?
He's like one of the.
I don't like it when he says things I don't know.
podcasters, and I think he went far right.
Oh.
But I think he's like a divorced guy.
Okay. I've been listening to a lot of. Who's like.
He's
the
trying to think of
most
someone
renowned,
that seems
like,
cool.
Divorced celebrities.
Being
I'm
too
trying to think.
slow, man. You gotta be quick.
Because all the ones that I'm thinking of are like
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but like, it's Tom. I'm thinking like Tom Cruise or Ben Affleck or whoever. But like, that's not approachable. There's still Ben Affleck. Like, it's like one of the most handsome guys in the world. I'm trying to think of like a regular guy who got divorced.
I might have seen.
There's the third nose tap. I was watching for that. Is he okay? Can we get someone over to scratch his nose?
Yeah, I think we.
Maybe-
I think we should.
Maybe he's having allergies, or maybe he has a different kind of problem with his. Who knows? I'm not trying to speculate.
I'm saying, can we arrange that to send someone over to scratch his nose? That'd be what I'd want.
For sure. Let me get someone on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know people in DC. I can reach out.
I'm waiting for this, by the way. We have to make sure of this before we continue.
Okay, sounds good. Let me call my mom. Who actually texted me while we were recording this, so let me attend to that quickly.
Unprofessional.
Wow.
On her part, not yours. She was supposed to.
I put my phone on D&D and
Whoa.
I announced on hey, I'm at 4 from 4 to 6. No contact. I'll be busy doing important
I'm
stuff.
really sorry that you guys don't have to handle the gossip requests, but it's actually a really big load that I'm taking on, a really big burden. So.
But we can rotate that. We can rotate that. Every week, every time we do this, one of us cheer list do not know the gossip request. Only one of us is in the know. We rotate it,
I think I prefer to see everyone's gossip. Also, it means that I can choose whose we skip.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Okay, my mom is on her way to go scratch Jackson.
That's good. I'm glad we confirmed that. Now I feel comfortable presuming it now. I just had to make sure.
Yeah. Really quickly, I just wanted to say, I think we're seeing something sad here from Jack, which is, I think he's having a self-esteem issue. Did you notice that he said that Ben Affleck wasn't approachable?
I'd approach him.
Well, sure, but also, big celebrities.
Yeah,
like,
people approach them all the time for like signatures, handshakes, stuff like that.
But Jack and Pablo should approach Ben Affleck on his own level.
Maybe someone hurt Jack recently and thought he was somebody else, or didn't say hi to him. Maybe someone hurt him recently. And he's feeling that pain.
Maybe he's feeling jealousy over Pablo's enjoyment over the little boy. I think we're building something here.
Maybe the little boy didn't know who Jack was.
We're building. The
little boy
I'd assume
watches the
Bennett.
pod. He hates Jack's voice.
Do we? Okay. I can confirm.
Like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you know what was crazy?
Real quick bet. Is this crazy?
No.
I'm gonna go no.
Okay.
I went to see. I think I went to see.
Oh no, I remember this now.
Oh, I can't remember what movie it was, but I went to see it with my girlfriend, and in front of me in line, nobody else was around. I was waiting to get popcorn. Patton Oswalt was in front of me in the movie line.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't ask him about it or anything, but I just heard him say, well, I have a smart water. And I was like, oh my god, that's obviously, it's Remy from Ratatouille is in front of me in line right now.
Okay, it was crazy. That is a failure on both of you. That Patton Oswalt, I love him.
I forgot. I remember the clip.
You watched the pod and you said no.
I said I forgot.
Okay.
And I realized I was mistaken. I'm sorry. That's my first.
You get one take back per podcast episode, and that's you're burning it now.
We might need 5 each.
5? Are you guys planning for failure?
Budgeting a little in.
I bring my
If
best.
I have another if I have another bad take, you can kill me. You can shoot me.
That's good. That's good.
You can. I will take accountability. I'm not afraid of that.
All right.
You know,
Not me. I have plans tonight, so I don't need to get shot.
Okay. Double standards.
I never meet famous people, so that was cool. That I had like one, close call.
That's false. He just met Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had anything like that. Would you cry if Patton Oswalt died?
Oh no, I don't have that much emotionally invested into his works. I don't know. There's not that many people I would straight up cry if they died. There's a lot of people I'd be like, what? And like, I would need to like sit down for a second and be like, damn, dude. But crying,
Okay, then could you say publicly for everybody? Could you say these words? I am not a threat to Patton Oswalt, because it just comes off a little.
Oh yeah, I'm not a threat to Patton Oswalt. Yeah, I like the guy. It's not like I don't have beef with him or anything. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It takes like, who would I cry if they died? I have no idea. I don't have one off the top.
What
of
if
my
you?
Emotionally stunted Jack is now on the table.
wow, the lack of empathy is crazy.
I do think it's because I would cry if anyone died. I think. I think
Well, I
there are
can think.
many people who I would cry if they died. Also, I think that Jack might be a threat to Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, I'm not buying that delivery. Do we like? Yeah, I think we gotta see about that.
Catherine, you're the body language expert.
Oh, body
What was your
language.
analysis?
Actually, yeah. Could you go back, Mr. 500?
I'm
We
just-
can do some.
I would need to like sit down for a second and be like,
Oswalt died.
oh no, I don't have that much emotionally invested into his works. I don't know. There's not that many people I would straight up cry if they died. There's
Okay. So what I'm seeing here from Jack, I'm seeing a lot of bobbing and nodding. That's a sign of hesitation, and he's looking off to the side, which is a sign of deception. So I think that we can say with about 100% certainty that Jack is a threat to Patton Oswalt.
Mm-hmm. But he is telling the truth about not crying over Patton Oswalt.
That part, his body language is much more solid. So both he wouldn't cry and he is a threat.
Likely because he killed him and you can't cry at the crime scene. That's just bad form.
Do you know if Patton Oswalt's still alive? Have we got confirmation on that?
Definitely, let me double check.
He's definitely, let me double check.
And like, when was the last time he was seen? Like, has he been seen since?
One
Jack
moment, I have
Pastino?
to...
Breaking news right here first.
I regret to inform everyone, Patton Oswalt has been found dead in his apartment.
Wow.
Okay. Alright.
Sorry.
Well, my mom is on her way to scratch Jack's nose.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe don't.
Fuck,
Maybe,
Shit.
What we can do is we can go and make sure that Jack's at home, just to rule out any possibility that maybe Jack is hanging out with his friend.
Okay. Alright, cool. That works. Okay, let's resume the pod.
a lot of people I'd be like, what? And like, I would need to like sit down for a second and be like, damn, dude. But
He is sitting down.
He is sitting down. He
Yeah.
did just say damn.
Maybe this is him actively grieving it.
Or maybe the idea has been planted in his head. Do you see the eyes
Look
of
at that.
recognition?
The eyes of recognition and that little smile.
Mm-hmm. And then Pablo is mogging.
I was gonna, not to heart. I think Pablo might be upset with the little boy.
The little boy is currently about to destroy the camera with a hammer, and he is giving him a stern look of no.
crying, you know.
Okay, then could you
Little
say
boy left.
publicly for everybody? Could you say these words? I am not a threat to Patton Oswalt, because it just comes off a little.
Oh yeah, I'm not a
Little-
threat to
little
Patton
sus.
Oswalt. Yeah, I like
He's
the
laughing.
guy.
He's faking
It's
it.
not
He's
like I
pretending.
don't have beef
Look
with
the
him or
way it
anything. I'm
laughs.
just
I
saying.
mean,
Okay.
It takes it like, who would I cry if they died?
He's moving on. He's skipping the topic.
I have no idea. I don't have one off
He
the
would-
top
What
of
if
my
He
head.
wouldn't
Jokic
cry for
died?
anyone.
Plane crash, Serbia.
He might get a single tear from me, just in terms
Okay.
of like overwhelmed by emotion. But I don't know.
And
If
just issue a statement for.
I'm not a threat to
for
anybody
safety.
at all. This is a
Let's specify. Let's
I wanted it
specify
on the right,
Jokic.
Jokic specifically, but anybody in the world,
Well,
I'm
say,
not
say
a
the
threat
words.
to.
I am not.
I
a
am
threat
not a
to
threat to
Nikola
Nikola Jokic,
Okay.
but also
He's not saying it.
I am not a threat to Dua Lipa.
I'm not there to do a Lipa. Anybody, any sort of transportation, everything that's ever been said on this podcast is comedy. It's comedy satire podcast. I just want that fully, firmly on the record. Before I leave the
Seems
country,
convenient.
I don't need to be rolling the dice with anything like that.
Oh, okay. You think they're gonna.
Well, it would piss me off. I'd be
Hassan
like, guys.
Piker follows you on TikTok. What's that about?
That's known
Like,
terrorist
he
Hassan
is
Piker.
literally on my dick all the time. He's like, yo, let's hang out, come on the stream. What's up, dude? You want to play ninja swords with me? And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I don't like that swearing. But, real quick, I just want to say... Also, feel free to tell me when to pause. I don't want to be the only one who's managing the pauses.
Firmly on the record.
Hold on. Where is it?
Before I leave the country, I don't need to be rolling the dice with anything like that.
Oh, okay. You think they're gonna.
Well,
So-
it would piss me off.
What is Pablo smiling about right there? He's got a devilish grin.
I don't know.
He does have a devilish little grin right there, doesn't
Do
he?
you have something planned for Jack to make him not come back in the country? Does he have something in the cards?
Well, Jack is talking about Hassan Piker right now. So actually, I think we might be getting sort of a troubling stance from Pablo. Is Pablo pro Hassan Piker?
Which we all can know is pro-terrorism. That's just how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I think
Hassan
in the next
Piker-
podcast, committed fans like us need to know. We need to hear at the very beginning whether or not Pablo condemns Hamas.
Yeah, that's important. I'm actually a little mad that hasn't happened yet.
We might need to organize a boycott, honestly.
Get this man a job in government.
Follows you on TikTok. What's that about?
And I'd be like,
He's
he
smirking.
is literally on my dick
that
all
smile.
the time. He's like, yo, let's hang out, come on the stream. What's up, dude?
Look
You
at
want
that
to play
smile.
ninja swords with
I don't
me?
like
I'm
it.
Shut the fuck up,
I'd
bro.
stop the
Will
swearing.
you? What if they pull you in? They're like,
I'll
denounce
fold.
Hamas real quick, and
I'll
you'll go through.
Get a video
He
camera
did
right in
just
front
make
of
a
me.
joke
Yep,
about denouncing.
fuck.
He told him to do it and he didn't do
My
it.
guy. I'm sorry, bro.
Checking the watch. He's the goat. Let me through.
I don't know what they're laughing about. That wasn't that funny.
We got a full episode of some real ESPN first take type shit today. But
I've got ESPN on right in front of me. I'm watching Miles Turner talk to Malika Andrews. He's one of 6 players to play 10 plus seasons with the Pacers since the team joined the NBA in 1976-77
Hey,
on the
the
200th
Pacers-
year anniversary of the USA.
they're a cool team, the Pacers.
Very milquetoast take from Jack. But I did want to mostly focus on Pablo because now we know he has a TV running.
Yeah. So this is kind of a hard day for proponents of the little boy theory. You might be looking at the TV. But it's also possible that the little boy is standing right next to the TV and he's looking at them together.
I'm not ruling it out, but it's not.
I think it's more likely that the little boy wants to watch First Take more than Pablo wants to watch First Take. Why would he want to watch it?
That's
It's
true.
meant for like people that aren't that developed in their tastes, you know, like aren't able to really.
The
think
little boy is now
comprehend-
stupid confirmed. We can confirm that the little boy is stupid. So it is a stupid little boy we are dealing with here.
It's a stupid little boy. And really, Pablo is offering him friendship, but is also offering him something more profound.
The opportunity
This
to watch
little
First
boy-
Take.
This
Why are you
little
laughing?
Boy, well, I was just laughing.
This First Take. What you just was nothing's funny.
Yeah, it's actually not. I'm sorry.
Thank
I
you.
would like to formally apologize.
That's
for
your one.
First
That's
Take.
your one. You're both out of one.
Yeah. All right, we gotta trip you up, Mr. 500.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen. Not on my watch.
Over here. Just you wait. We'll be watching.
How's the Oklahoma City Thunder doing, bud?
Hey, my prediction was Thunder in 5. They had to lose 1.
Okay.
Didn't need to be the
It's one
first
of the-
one.
Yeah.
Hey, they lost the game 1 against Denver too. I mean, it is what it is. In heartbreaking fashion,
Sure.
to a buzzer beater.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird, like
Do you personally condemn the Halibut?
Like the people making a joke about it.
No,
And, like,
the
memes
Halaban.
about it. Is that, or like
Yeah.
just like.
He's dodging
you
the
mean,
question.
no. Yes, I condemn the Halibut. I think that they are sacrificing many people to win basketball games. Here's some hot gossip. There were 10 people, homeless people, reported missing after the game last night. Coincidence?
I think not.
Okay. So the Halaban, which is, as we all know, based out of Indianapolis, has a sleeper cell active in Oklahoma City.
I think it's the Pacers themselves. I think they have staff members that's in charge of it. You know?
Which Pacer? Is Aaron Neesmith involved in the Halaban?
I don't want to speculate. But I've heard rumors that Neesmith and Shepard were seen doing some shady activities after the game. I
Okay.
don't need to speculate, but just my sources are telling me that.
And can I ask you, how many homeless people did Tyrese Halliburton kill directly?
Like with his own bare hands.
Yeah.
For this playoff season, the numbers have to be in at least the dozens.
Okay.
The way he's been playing.
If someone was making a state of the league podcast, they might notice that Fez has just gotten a lot closer to the camera.
Yeah, that's important for the sort of energy.
I apologize. It'll be a one-time thing. Next time we do this, I'll be set up on my laptop. Discord, for some reason, was not wanting to work, and my phone is now dying.
It's all right, man.
So we're doing this for a little bit. My apologies
It's all good.
to all the loyal gospelers out there and people that wanted a more professional podcast.
Yeah, I can cut this. If I don't, you are legally entitled to like ping me and just like, I don't know, call me like a name. I guess that's like, I feel like that's fair.
What's the name? Like, what's the limit on that?
Like
what do you mean?
low to medium range in terms of like pain.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like, never mind. We can type this off air. You know, we'll discuss it.
We could. I'm just sort of laying it on the table.
Okay.
Izzy just
where
wants
he
Fez
talks
to
about
call him a
his
name.
I don't like that Jack is drinking.
What is Jack drinking? Is Jack drinking what I'm drinking? I think he is.
Is he drinking what I'm drinking?
Is he drinking mayhaps a Diet Dr. Pepper?
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper right now.
That's good. That's
Oh,
good.
shit. And listeners may also notice that 2 men of the podcast have decided to join community with each other and leave me out. They're both drinking Dr. Pepper, and I only have a very sad Twisted Tea half and half. And
Well, mine's Dr. Pepper. It's in the koozie.
Sure.
Okay, Fuzzy's drinking some sort of concoction. We're not sure what it is.
The blood of
I have to
Tyrese
balance
Halliburton.
out Devil Magic of the Pacers, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to do something. We had Jesus in the building last night, and it wasn't enough. I'm taking the next step. This is war. I won't lose.
If the Thunder had Jesus in the building last night,
And they lost.
obviously, we all know what happened. Does this tell us something about Jesus?
I think he came in overconfident. You know, he had a swagger to him. He underestimated the Devil Magic. Game 2 will be different. It'll be different.
My theory
You'll have more support.
My theory is that what gives it away that the Pacers are using devil magic? What if it's holy?
I mean, every city they've gone to, they've lost people have gone missing the day after during the night of the game.
Well, it's
People
because they're
before-
trying to prevent the Pacers from getting power from them.
Yeah. I don't feel convinced by the whole devil magic thing. I think that if anything, the Pacers are using like God magic.
So you're saying Jesus was there for them last night, not for the Thunder, because he wasn't wearing any Thunder themes.
The clues are all there. Follow the money.
I did see Jesus on stream last night, on the broadcast, and I will say I thought that maybe he was giving off a Pacers vibe.
Yeah, just because he was like good and like just, you know.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about this. I'll have to contemplate this.
Yeah, sure you will, bud. Okay.
Fez, I'm interested to know if we can nail down 100% that Jesus is a Pacers fan. Will this change, you know, which team you support, anything about your life?
It would throw me in for a loop, for sure. But I believe in my heart of hearts that Jesus Christ is a Thunder fan. He loves Oklahoma. We're on the Bible Belt. We have, you know, so many churches all throughout the place. More than Indiana. What do they have? It's Indiana.
Indiana has a lot of churches.
We have more.
I'm gonna live fact check this real quick.
Go ahead.
Churches in Indiana.
In my hometown alone, we had at least like 30.
Or I should say, how many churches in Indiana?
I'll
Indiana
look at
has
how many-
over 8,000, around 8,200. Now let me see Oklahoma. Is that? I'm seeing 4,000 here.
Can't.
Wow.
I think it's incorrect.
I'm seeing half the amount of churches in Oklahoma than in Indiana.
Wow. Okay,
See,
so,
it's not about.
okay. But does that mean that Jesus is a Pacers fan? Because
It's quality.
we're taking it for granted that Jesus, you know, likes his dick riders. If there's too many churches, he might feel off put by that. Like he might be intimidated.
And the more churches you have, the more room there is for not so great churches that practice some shady things. You know?
Well,
Let's not go too far.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that all
I'll keep my conspiracy theories to myself. I'm sorry. I'll keep them to myself.
You're at 3 now.
Let's try
do you
to-
have a statement to make about the church?
What was that?
Do you have a statement to make about the church?
Not at this time. No, I have no statement available.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting.
Does he have multiple kids? I don't know, but he definitely. Has
I don't remember who he's talking about.
Either way,
Me either, but
his
also
kid
notice he did
played,
mention kids.
Trans.
He
I
did.
think he must have daughters, right?
Okay.
I think his daughter.
Jack's just not listening to him. That's just
No, it's
rude.
not at all.
He's not listening at all. That's an asshole move. If I were me, Pablo should notice.
Daughter competed against some trans athletes, and he's like.
Jack's hatching the Patton
everyone was making
Oswalt
a
plan right
statement,
now.
Parents were freaking out.
Oh, talking about
everyone
Gilbert
was
Arenas'
making a
trans
deal of it.
take.
It's like, they were ass. They couldn't do anything. They were
Hey.
just tall. They were
He's pretending to know what he's talking about.
And he's like, let him
What was that
play or
thumbs up?
something like that. I think his overall.
He's
tone
not
for
listening.
trans, maybe. I
Ref.
took a long time, but I was like, oh, a little.
Do something.
He's not listening.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He's just saying yeah.
Yes, that's
No.
good. Of all the issues that you could end up being right on, that's a pretty good one. I
Okay.
guess.
He,
Like,
he's
at least it's something that we like
He got
haven't litigated.
The plan is landed.
okay.
We're bad.
He did respond, but in a way that what Pablo just said between he is pro-trans and that there was no information reflected there.
Yeah.
Jack wasn't listening to Pablo. There's cracks in the friendship. We know that now.
Yeah, I think we do know that there are cracks in the friendship. And actually, I don't mean to get into the gossip requests too early, but there's a lot of speculation about Pablo and Jack's friendship that I think that we could shed some light on.
Okay.
So it's just a little preview for later in the pod.
That's good. That's good.
be annoying if like he was just like anti-racism or something. Like everybody knows racism's bad at this point. Besides racist people, I guess.
Yeah, and I guess it's only half the equation. So he defended trans people's rights to be bad at sports, but if they were good, if someone came and they were good, would he be upset? I don't know.
Smoked his daughter. Just like, that's the
That-
record. Oh man.
If his daughter was in high school swimming and she went from 8th place to 9th place, maybe he'd feel differently.
I hate that lady.
Riley Gaines.
Yeah. I mean, truly just such like we have a dumb, ridiculous, pointless fake job, and like I want that on the record.
They finally admit it.
Oh wow, wow.
I don't know. I don't agree. I don't like this self-loathing pattern I'm seeing out of Jack.
Yeah.
He seems to be going through a lot.
I think Jack is going through a lot. I think actually, when we make sure that his nose is scratched and that he didn't kill Patton Oswalt, we should also let him know that we're there for him.
A wellness check, you know.
Yeah, I think Jack might need a wellness check. And I think that I will say, I think that maybe Pablo doesn't have a real job because Pablo's kind of phoning it in. But Jack, his microphone doesn't move. I feel like it's above board.
Yeah, I like the little merp face Pablo's doing. I'm glad we're bringing back merping.
Yeah. The little
Do we think Jack might be in a down stretch because maybe Pablo's divorce is getting rough and he's not on Pablo's side? Maybe he's upset with Pablo. Some things that might have been said or done.
You also could be taking it out on him.
Or could it be due to the fact that Denver lost in Game 7?
That
Did he still be feeling the repercussions of that?
you'd know about playoff losses, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get back to the podcast.
I mean,
Our
at
job,
least-
it's
at
not
least
real.
Denver didn't lose in
If
the
this was a
finals.
communist society, we'd
That's good. At least you didn't get Haliband. Okay.
be like, I thought I was gonna be a sports podcaster. No, we're going to the mines, baby. But like,
Not me. I'd be pastry chef at the bookshop thrift store.
oh, the
that also
lesbian
sells, wind
dialectic
chimes.
book. Okay. Well, I guess it couldn't be lesbian.
Yeah, I can work with lesbians. I've seen Orphan Black.
What's that?
Should just a show that me and all the lesbians like.
I've never. You are pretty tapped into. Well, you're just girly stuff. Not.
I'm pretty lesbian adjacent.
This has been a contentious topic over the past few days, and I'm glad to finally hear it now. I don't feel qualified to take a stance on if Pablo can be considered lesbian. I do. What's the general consensus? Because I've seen one yes and I've seen one no.
So I would say, again, not qualified here, but I would say that I think that Pablo can be a lesbian if he wants.
Not qualified, but has a take. That's a good combo. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Fez?
I mean, as someone who, a straight dude, I don't know if I don't think I can have it. I think I'm just gonna ride with whatever the consensus take is on this one.
Good.
I don't
Not
really,
see when you're not qualified.
about it.
Oh, sorry.
No, I don't really feel strongly one way or another about it. If the lesbians say, not to generalize all of them, but if a majority of them say, oh, that's cool, I'll rock with them. I'll ride with them. If the majority say, no, that's weird, I'll rock with them. Either way, I'm cool.
Are we talking a simple majority here, or are we talking like a,
Weighted.
majority, 2/3 type situation?
Like 2/3 plus 1, 3/4 plus 1 type thing.
It's probably
Oh,
2/3 because I think he's not lesbian by default.
Okay.
Let me see if
All
I can.
right.
Maybe I can set up a live poll on
I
if Pablo can be considered lesbian.
Where are you doing this?
I'm doing this straight in Gossip. Now, for those of you who are not tapped into the State of the League Discord, and I hate that I have to bring up Discord here, but there is a sort of subgenre within that Discord known as Gossip. And Gossip, I mean, someone else speak on Gossip while I set up this poll.
I can speak on Gossip every day of the week. So Gossip is like a little community, a little channel, where actually Gossip is not that important to the life of the channel, but that was its beginning. We all talk about our lives, and also, much more importantly, we all have sort of everlasting bonds with each other. So whatever Gossip says, I think that Gossip might have like one lesbian in it. Shouts out other Catherine.
Who is asleep right now?
Who's asleep right now. So the 2/3 majority that we're going to be getting in one direction or another in this poll also isn't authoritative, by the way. But that's good. We can have a lot of people who can't speak. That would be good for this.
Yes, I've set up 4 options. 2 of them, yes, but 1 is for lesbians and 1 is for non-lesbians, so we can sort of gauge that as well.
Good.
So that will be going while we continue our analysis. Okay, and we return to Jack and Pablo.
I guess. I mean, I don't have any authority to speak on it.
That's good. That's good on him.
Way to go.
Pablo's not responding to the news well, it seems, but
I think he's upset.
yeah, he wanted the yes.
I think that maybe the little boy had a take out of turn about whether or not he's a lesbian.
He told him privately, "You're such a lesbian," and then it just. Oh really? I didn't think I. Oh, I guess I'll bring it up on the pod.
What we're seeing right now is Pablo processing.
Mm-hmm. Grief.
Yes.
Grief.
Yeah. Well, is it grief?
We'll see.
Would you grieve if you found out you were a lesbian, Fizzy?
No.
Feel free to use your.
I'm saying it's grief for him not being that. That's what I'm saying.
Then yeah, that's fair.
Because he's being told. Well, I guess he hasn't been told anything. I was thinking if he's being told no right now, he might not be responding well to the news because he wanted that really bad.
He wasn't given support. He wasn't given a yes.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that because of the divorce.
So true.
True.
Any of that. All I saw recently, Claro came out in defense of her boy fans on Twitter yesterday. So
I saw that.
It's a big dub
She said,
for us.
You guys are weird. I don't. Is she defending her boy fans, or is she like, leave me out of your freaky tropes? Leave me out of your classifying.
Jack is being
people
stoic in
into
response to
these
this.
groups.
Probably the second one, but hey, same with Gilbert Arenas. She a broken clock. Now she's on the right side of the
Clara.
boys liking pop music thing, which is an
First
equally,
good Claro thing.
which is an equally important issue in the modern age. Is that boys who like, Olivia Rodrigo or whatever, marginalized community.
I'm seeing a Cracker Barrel commercial on my TV. Oh, okay.
I've never been to Cracker Barrel.
I've been once.
That's huge,
So
actually.
Highly recommend it.
Unironically important news that Jack has not been to a Cracker Barrel.
Have you been to Cracker Barrel?
It's so worth it. It's so cheap. Maybe prices have changed with recent times. I haven't had it in a few years, but it was so cheap, so consistent.
I, one time, after pulling an all-nighter, was dragged, essentially, into a Cracker Barrel at 7 in the morning. And it was still delicious. It cut through all that tiredness. And I tasted the maple syrup, the delicious sliding down my throat. And I just... It's a shame that some of you have missed out on that ooey gooey juice slipping down your throat.
I also do happen to know that there are a lot of Cracker Barrels near where Jack lives.
DC
So-
filled with Cracker Barrels.
It's
Notorious.
pretty filled. I mean, the suburbs at least are pretty filled with Cracker Barrels. I also wanted to ask, do you guys think Kraka has been to Cracker Barrel?
So this is an important. So I can provide a little context here. So there have been within the State of the League Discord, there have been relatively few incidents of like notable. I don't want to say like no, I can't say it, but I don't think it's been that bad. Notoriety. There we go. I just needed to hear it first. The one though is the hacking of Supersonics fan Kraka, who then posted an NSFW link to each and every channel available. It was pretty notable.
Of which
Yeah.
there are many, I would say roughly, I don't know, 20?
20 links.
Yeah, give or take.
20 channels. And Kraka posted them in all. And then Kraka came back from a different account and notified us all that it was not a gooning incident. It was a hacking incident, and then left. So I think it's an open question of debate whether it was a gooning or hacking incident.
Mhm.
But I think the bigger question for debate is, has Cracker been to Cracker Barrel?
I think that's where you got the name.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I would bet on too. Where else do you get that name from?
Well,
Or it's possible that Cracker Barrel was named after Cracker.
that also I can buy.
Ooh,
Cracker.
maybe he runs it.
Cracker, this is an open letter if this ever reaches you. If you have been to a Cracker Barrel, please email me at my alternate email account that I only use for random situations where I don't want to use my main one. All lowercase, go figure 1738 at gmail.com. Please reach me there, Cracker. I am expecting you.
Go figure. And also, I would say that maybe that if we keep doing this pod for a while, we should open a Cracker Barrel, and it should just have porn on the walls.
That way,
Okay.
everyone can appreciate this podcast, not the limited audience we have now.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. I mean, it would be a great way to get the state of the league message across. And it would also be a great way to make sure that everyone clicked on that link that Cracker sent that I don't think anyone clicked on.
Thanks.
Yeah, I didn't click. Okay, we're gonna get back to the pod.
They had excellent French toast.
There was a couple of girls who I went to like high school with.
Couple of crackers.
Yes. Well, actually, one of them was a black woman.
Okay.
So they both worked at the only Cracker Barrel in the city was like out on the interstate, where like either old people would make it out there for whatever old people specials Cracker Barrel has going on, or like truck driver been awake for 72 hours comes like
Nice.
falling through the front door being like, give me 100 pancakes or something. And
Nice.
they both made it sound terrible.
Now that's what I could do in the communist society. I could be the truck driver who's on the road and only eating pancakes.
I could run the radio in the truck. I could do that. Just never ask me to park it or move it or make a turn
Oh
in the truck.
yeah.
So I'll be the interstate truck guy, and then I'll hand it off on city limits to a city truck guy, and he makes all the turns and like he parks it, he backs it up to get the cargo on and off. Me, I just drive in a straight line on the interstate.
I wanted to pause here and just say that Jack made me laugh right there. That's a good one.
Was a good one.
He did it. He did his
Very,
job.
very good. Yeah.
He made me laugh. He entertained me.
And that's what this podcast is all about, you know?
Thank
even
you.
if 11 minutes and 43 seconds. We did get to the first fizzy laugh of the episode.
That's
And
important.
if they're not entertaining Mr. 500, who is it for?
Because who is it for? Because if I'm 500, then, what are all the other sequential numbers going to think? If 500's not enjoying it, how are you going to reach that 1,000 milestone? Which we are rapidly nearing, by the way. I did want to say that there has been a booming success in this podcast.
I just don't personally feel like it's our place to celebrate any milestone until 14 million. And then
Absolutely.
when we get to 14 million, we all get to celebrate the $4.99 that we'll save every month.
That's good. That's good.
And we could rest easy knowing that Jack and Pablo, they're well taken care of, We don't have to worry about them anymore. We know they're going to be well off. And it's important, That's really important.
Every night I go to
Because I won't
bed in
not
that bed, I just toss and turn, thinking like, how are they gonna make it to the end of the month? Because I'm pretty sure that they're
Yeah.
both trigger warning employed. So I'm pretty sure that they're not. So
Okay.
sorry.
That's heavy. Well, I do think that for Pablo, the little boy is something of a breadwinner for the household. So that's good. They actually, Pablo lives in Chicago. I live here too, and we just passed a new really specific labor law that says the little boy who lives with Pablo of State of the League podcast is allowed to do whatever he wants.
Wow. Huge.
Yeah, so he's gainfully employed, which makes up for Pablo's $1 that he gets from the podcast to
Good.
Jack's more for every subscription.
I lobbied against
I'm
that
definitely
bill. That's a
listening.
little unfortunate. Okay.
Wow.
I think
Guys,
we.
not to make the State of the State of the League podcast be like the normal one, but I kind of need to pee.
That's fine. That's fine. This is why we have 3 hosts, so that way there's always at least 2, which is what they. That's the number.
Yeah, the maximum number.
I do hope that you have a really hard time in these 30 seconds while I go pee, because that would be big for women.
Mm.
Should we take a moment of silence for women?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, okay, okay. Actually, while she's in the bathroom, I'm gonna see if my laptop's gonna work now for Discord. I think I got it fixed. So I'll be right back.
Did Fez leave while I was peeing? Where Fez? Oh, moment of silence is over.
Thank you. Fez is. Let me see if I can. His camera is struggling to load. He is trying to see if he rudely interrupted the moment of silence to tell me that he was going to see if his laptop was working.
Okay.
Do we wait for
Alright,
him?
so
Do we have a moment of silence for Fez?
Yeah.
Is Fez on par with women? This is the important question we're here to answer.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with women are more important than Fez, and I'm also gonna go with if we had a moment of silence for Fez right now, it could be construed as if we were having a moment of silence for Thunder fans.
We're back. Can you hear me? We good?
Yes,
Hell yeah. Alright, this is so much better.
it is.
Hey Fez.
Now we're professional. My bad for breaking the moment of silence.
You've got the American flag behind you too.
I'm not on par with women. I know my place.
Mhm.
Thank you for your recognition of that.
Mhm.
Well, the moment of silence was longer than I intended because I locked myself out of the room and in my bathroom. So I had to real quickly get myself out of that situation. But now we're back.
That's fine. That's good. And I'd like to just take a real quick moment to condemn Hamas.
Okay. All right.
I just wanted to say that.
Let's keep on rolling.
Yeah. I think we're nearing the end of this, and we can soon attend to the many gossip requests that have been presented.
I think
I'm for
so.
that. Yeah.
Let's see if
Well,
we've
what
gotten
about
any
Cracker
more.
Barrel?
You brought it up.
I thought you had more
They're
to
fighting.
Well,
say.
I've
I
never
don't like it
been,
when they
said
fight.
It sucks.
Oh, they
neither.
said it's. Well, they work there. Because people work at Pizza Hut. It'll be like, Pizza Hut sucks. And then you have Pizza Hut, and you're like, obviously this fucking rocks.
Nobody. That pizza's the hut.
Nobody. And they'll be like, oh, we put roaches in the pizza. We're
Come
pooping in the
on,
pizza. I don't care.
I
brother."
ordered that. Come on, dude, you didn't know I'm
If
part.
that's
I'm
what
spider.
made-
I'm part spider.
It's you know the Fairly Odd Parents where they make the lemonade with Cosmos sweaty socks.
I do have a
Um,
vague recollection of this. Yes.
He's lying. I wanted to talk real quick though about do you think in Pablo's mind he is watching First Take while recording the podcast or recording the podcast while watching First Take?
That's a good question.
What is his priority here?
I think First Take is taking priority.
First
You gotta
priority.
notice that Pablo is talking about Fairly Odd Parents. A
Who
show
do
that
not
was
play
on-
basketball.
They don't
Yeah.
play basketball.
Famously.
So he's off message.
Mhm.
And I'm worried that First Take might be distracting him.
First Take and potentially the little boy. We don't have that confirmed.
I think we have pretty good confirmation. I mean, every time we pause, Pablo looks as if he's in a distress
I
situation.
didn't notice.
He looks not happy. He does not look okay.
I think
Because the
maybe
little boy is pissing him off.
the little boy might be assembling a turducken off to the side, and he's kind of cautiously observing to make sure that he does it right, because I think there's a lot of intricate layers to manage, and he's just making sure.
What does Jats look right here on his face? He looks kind of, I don't know, looks a little disappointed.
He's to me, it looks like he's analyzing Pablo.
They kind of have that sort of push and pull relationship where Pablo's always doing something that's stressing Jack out, and Jack is always sort of trying to pin him down. So right now, Jack
I'd
is
love to
trying
see
to pin
that.
down what Pablo is thinking. Little does he know, Pablo's thinking about the little boy.
And the turducken. Okay, we're gonna
Which,
resume.
by the way, have we found the name for the little boy yet?
No, I've still got sources working on it.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, it's like that for the Pizza the Hut.
Oh, okay. Damn.
I saw a former Pizza Hut yesterday. They were
What was
like,
it turned into?
It was vacant, so
That's
we'll
sad.
we'll see. Well, we need more stuff like that. We need more buildings that are specifically shaped.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not. It's not profitable to do anything. It's more profit. I made this I made this
Bullshit.
building out of cardboard and glass, and if I
Just
spit
pro
it,
cap.
it'll
Just-
fall
you could-
over.
Just
That's all he cares about.
I don't like. Sorry, I don't have anything to say.
I think
It's upsetting.
Jack might be shooting from the hip here, and we never want to penalize him for saying shit that he
Never?
doesn't know anything.
Maybe we should. Maybe we have to start.
Yeah, you know what? I think that this is time. The first State of the League recording is time to start penalizing Jack.
Jack is now on penalty watch. He is starting at 100 points.
you could shape it into like a hat, something funny. Ooh, I'm watching a Sean Kemp lob finish.
Okay. How's he doing?
He's running up, celebrate. I wonder what we're doing here. It might be. Oh,
He held in a burp. That's good form.
Yeah.
Did
so
anyone
yeah,
else
this
catch
is-
that?
This is pretty good confirmation for your theory that Jack is primarily watching
Yeah,
the
he's-
First Take.
He's getting distracted by Sean Kemp instead of his friend. To me, that's kind of indicative.
Yeah.
Or Jack.
That's-
All right, I think we should give Jack 10 points back.
10 points back for holding in the burp. That's good. And also, he has to deal with this shithead podcast host who is just watching Sean Kemp instead of talking to him.
Really unprofessional actions from Pablo here. Really unprofessional.
Is Pablo's camera getting lower?
I think it may be.
It kind of looks like it.
He might be undergoing a sort of 80s movie shrinking sequence.
Sure.
Ooh.
He could be shrinking. He also could be sinking. It's very possible that Pablo's bed is made of quicksand.
I buy it.
I can believe that.
top of the top. All right, so it's the top alley oops ever. So now we have DeAndre Ayton, the valley oop.
Jack wants to
That was
kill
pretty
him.
good.
That was hey, shout out to Dominating.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming the Giannis one is gonna be ahead of this one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He
Who's
seems
number
pretty
three?
mad that the
LeBron.
podcast is
Which
being
one is-
derailed
oh,
by
it's
this.
Cavs LeBron. Okay, he got really
Let's
high
see.
up on this one. It was against the Wizards. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if I remember the specific.
Wizards
reason.
mentioned any
which
any
kind of
grimaces. That's
Wow.
I have nothing to say about this because I love the State of the League podcast and I love the Wizards. But I do just want all responsible to know that I have a package on the way for them.
oh, interesting.
Okay,
Interesting.
that's it.
Could be a nice package.
Could be nice. A mystery box. We like surprises here on the State of the League.
They should make a live unboxing of like stuff we send them. You know,
A PO
Like,
box
live
could be
unboxing,
cool. Could be cool.
You know,
Live unboxing could be awesome. They have to make sure to set up the phone that's recording at a safe distance from the unboxing in case it's not a nice surprise.
That's good.
fair.
player?
Ron, are we talking like
First Cavs, original OG.
OG cat? So yeah, he jumped 40 feet in the air on this, I assume.
Oh, number 2 is the Kobe to Shaq one, the famous one.
Yeah, Giannis has to be number 1. It's weird because like alley oops are this play. I feel like it matters because it's cool, but then like we're doing this list based on like how historically significant they are. It's like, come on,
Yeah. Yeah, number 1 is Drew to Giannis. This was crazy. I can't believe he finished that. 'Cause
I can't
Chris Paul was
believe
trying to kill him.
I know. I watched it the other day, and that's like in real time. That was my takeaway from the play. But even on rewatch, it's like, dude, Chris Paul should be excommunicated.
Yeah.
That's a big take.
It's communicated.
Chris
Wow.
Paul should be excommunicated. Do we know what religion Chris Paul is?
I believe Mormon.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And as our resident expert on Mormons, can you excommunicate someone from the Mormon Church?
I can.
Okay, cool.
how's that work? Like, you just say something, or like, is it like you sign something? How do you go about that process?
I get my guys.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Could we get you on air real quick just to excommunicate Chris Paul?
I'm not comfortable to do that. I'm not comfortable doing that.
Oh.
It's more
Okay.
private than you'd think.
Okay, we'll do it in post.
More private, more
Well,
intimate.
Sure.
I don't know if I can do that in post either. It's.
All right. Well, I feel like maybe you're derailing the pod, sort of. But
I'm not derailing the pod. What I was going to ask though, are we by extension the state of First Take?
Oh,
Oh,
state of first
Wow.
take. I think that we are.
Because I'm beginning to think State of the League is more State of First Take.
Wait,
the
does that
past
also
few
make
episodes, Pablo's been watching First Take an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
does that make us also state of the boy?
That might be true. I mean, he hasn't brought up the boy. I think that's probably intentional, right?
Well, sure, but often like great literary works they're not talking about things explicitly, they're implying them.
And what is implied here clearly is that there is a little boy hanging out with Pablo Escobar.
He probably just wants to protect them. Doesn't want his face all over the internet. He'll get noticed.
Many are saying this.
He's too busy working. He can't be distracted by people coming up to him and taking pictures with him and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. He needs to be,
Because if the
those
little boy
parents
was on the
down.
pod, then
Well, I do think that's why Pablo is so opposed to the idea of a meetup at his house in Chicago, is that he wants to protect the little boy.
That's the only explanation that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
play, like it's a full speed fast break. He sees Giannis go up in the air, and he does like a Grayson Allen level undercut
Yeah.
on him. Like if Giannis,
If he did not grab that rim, he was going into the nosebleeds.
yeah. And this was a guy. I mean, I guess his back acted up a few years after that, but
he's
I don't know.
guessing.
When you're that big and strong, I feel like the back's always like a scary thing. And so yeah, I mean,
What, with Giannis?
yeah. Like if he had fallen, I assume that's how he was gonna fall. I feel like that's how guys always get on.
Pablo's watching
They either
First
land
Take
like
right
they
now.
hit their
That's all
head,
you can
or
see.
they land on their back.
That's all you
And
can.
then,
But you can see it in his glasses, dude. He's
I
just
No, he's looking
sleeping.
at his phone. Or maybe the
I
little
think,
boy.
Yeah, I think he would have landed on his neck, vertebrae crack, and he ends his career.
Whoa! And Chris Paul wins his first ring.
That used to happen in Madden. Like your quarterback would be tackled.
They're talking about football. I think now we can move on to the gossip requests.
I think we can move on because not only are we talking about football, but we're talking about Madden. So
That's like
we're
football, but
complicated.
worse. That was a good time. But before we get into the gossip requests, we have a brief word from our sponsor, DraftKings. DraftKings is launching a special event this month where new users who sign up and make a bet of at least $5 get up to $200 in bonus bets using the code State of the League. Bonus bets can be used on many things, from spreads to player bets and more. Now, it's up to you. Who's going to win the finals? Finals MVP? Are there any records up for grabs? The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER if you are 21 plus and live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Kentucky, select parishes of Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, or Virginia. Or call 1-800-BETS-OFF if you are 18 plus in Iowa. Terms and conditions may apply.
I don't care about that. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I love Jack Pablo. That's not what I pay for. You know?
Okay. I am going to real quick check the live poll. Is Pablo lesbian adjacent?
Oh, okay.
Ooh. We have 4 votes for yes, but I am not a lesbian. 4 votes for no, but I am not a lesbian. And a single vote for yes, and I am a lesbian.
Who's the single vote for you, if you don't mind me asking for the lobbyist docs?
Jalen Sugandiz,
Okay.
who
That could be based. That could be based.
who
Am I a judge?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's possible that Jalen Sugandiz is a lesbian. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, who am I to deny it?
Right. Okay.
Gossip request
So
time.
that's good. I do think we have a lot of gossip requests. We're gonna see which of these we get through. All right.
Alright.
Let's start with some good goss.
Good
Let's start
goss.
with some
Hot
good
goss.
All right. First one. Fresh hot gossip from a friend's wedding. My fiance's friend from work is getting married soon and sent out the colors/dress options to the bridesmaids. Her now former maid of honor refused to wear the color of dress, claiming it was skid mark brown. Her actions have led her not only to be removed from the bridal party, but also from the wedding itself. The good news is that my fiance is now getting to be a bridesmaid, since one of the other girls has stepped up to fill in for the rude one.
That's interesting. So, I really want to see the color of brown, mostly.
Sure. I mean, I do think there's a world in which it was skid mark brown. And this raises the question, was the bridesmaid valid?
As someone who has to be in his sister's wedding in July, and I'm one of the groomsmen, I would never. I'm just rolling with the punches on whatever they tell me to do. You know, I'm like, hey, it's y'all's stuff. You invited me. I'm gonna make sure it's as smooth as possible for everybody else.
Would
so
you-
I would never say no and make it a bid scene.
Would you be able to sustain a puke green suit?
Oh yeah, totally.
You green suit, you got it on lock?
I will wear whatever I need to wear. It's my sister's wedding. I don't care.
Doo-doo brown.
I'll do it.
Piss boy
More
yellow.
Can I
Ooh,
ask
yellow's
you, yellow might be pushing it. Can I ask you, Fizzy? You mentioned poo-poo brown.
Mhm.
We've heard already about skid mark brown. And you're also wearing brown.
I am
I
wearing
was
brown.
wondering if you maybe differentiate these colors for us.
So skid mark I think is darker. Poo poo. Poo poo. You're gonna need
I'll
to give
just
me
grab
time.
the shade of brown you're wearing right now.
I'd say this is more of a soft brown.
That's a soft brown.
That's
Well,
soft brown. Okay.
Not light, but soft.
Can poo-poo not be soft?
Poo poo often soft, but
Often?
Poo poo brown I think is more of a concept and an idea maybe than a shade.
Sure.
And I think I can't generate poo poo brown in my head. I don't have that ability, but I'll know it when I see it.
Okay. It's like porn. That's what the Supreme Court said about porn.
That's good. That's good. And they're right, by
So
the way.
we-
I like the Supreme Court.
Are we on the side of the bridesmaid, the Ed's bridesmaid, or are we?
I think we're-
I feel like she's in the wrong.
I think she's in the wrong because I think you gotta tank it.
You gotta take it. I mean, I'm trying to think. I was a bridesmaid for both my sisters. Is there anything that they could have put me in that would have caused me to make a problem about it? And I don't think so. Maybe like a Patriots jersey.
Oh, whoa. That's a bit extreme. I feel like.
I just think that I would rather not be in my sister's wedding than wear a Patriots jersey.
That's quite the hot. I have to disagree respectfully. I would.
Well,
my sister-
well, the
if my
Patriots
sister asked me to wear-
don't fall, so
If my sister asked me to wear a Dallas Cowboys jersey in the wedding, I would do it.
would
I
you
would
not?
do it.
See, if my sisters asked me to wear a Patriots jersey to be in their wedding, it's not that I wouldn't wear the jersey. It's more I would be concerned that they had been overtaken by some sort of being.
They were awakened. You mean they were enlightened?
I don't think that I would think that they were enlightened. I think that maybe the being made them stupid.
Okay, before we get too crazy, let's all calm down here. I just think, first off, if you're having to wear like a shitty color, like everyone else is gonna be wearing that color. You're gonna be fine. Just get over it.
Yeah.
My
get
take, she's kind of a big baby.
I mean, it's okay to be a big baby. Like, we do know that sometimes babies help life along. Like, for example, the little boy.
Yeah.
It's really important for Pablo, but in this case, the baby is being sort of a stick in the mud. All right, I have another WhatsApp request coming in hot for us.
Hot.
This one says, "I saw Jack and Pablo kissing." Well, I hope they're okay. I mean, I think that what we saw in the podcast about their dynamic is even in a new light now.
I need a few minutes.
I mean, this changes everything. I mean, like, I've always suspected their dynamic, but maybe what if Jack's the reason for the divorce? Maybe.
Let's
We
keep
need to
reading.
more sources and find out more.
Let's see if gossip requests have more information for us.
Yeah.
Alright. I heard Pablo is actually Lithuania and works for the caveman. What I thought was really interesting about this gossip request is that it doesn't say Lithuanian. It
He is
alleges that
Lithuanian.
Pablo is Lithuania.
He is the whole country.
And, I don't mean to throw ethnic shade around here, but of the 3 Baltic states, kind of the worst.
We're gonna start 20 minutes. We're just gonna have sort of a reasoning. I'm gonna mute just so you have time to sort of like.
Wait, I'm forgetting. Oh, it's Latvia and Estonia. Right? Is that right? Or the other 2 Baltic states?
Yes, you need to be expert on this.
Please. I would like to hear your position on why. For like just. Yeah. What is the official stance of State of the League on the Russian-Ukrainian conflict?
Oh, I'm gonna let Fez take this.
We side with the victors around here.
Average Thunder fan. Average Thunder fan. Sorry. Okay.
Thunder Patriots fan.
Thunder Patriots.
I've already explained this before. My fandom.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Can you name the 3rd team that you're a fan of?
Yankees.
Sorry. I think my audio has been a little flimsy, and I am the one recording. So if you could just.
The Yankees, the New York Yankees.
Hmm.
Do I need to explain?
No. I think we all get it.
I
Sure.
think I'm noticing, Fez, though, that it is 3 different cities.
It is. One of them. I was born in the fandom of 2 of them. Then one came to my city, and I became a fan. The fandom I was born into.
Fez, are you ready to confirm or deny the tri-coastal elite allegations?
I am very lucky. I did not choose this life. I really didn't. But I also need people to understand that I'm also an Oklahoma State fan, and that suffering that this team and this school has given me the past 22 years of my life is really, really bad. And I feel like people don't understand that, or they should. But I am very lucky. I'm a Yankees fan when it's convenient. I don't care about baseball that much. I'm more of a Patriots and Thunder fan. Those are my 2 teams, really.
Like, I don't mean to, make this, about me or anything, but would you say that, being a Thunder fan who also likes a college, would you say that that's, harder than being, a Wizards fan or, a Jazz fan?
Good question.
I would say being a Wizards fan and a Jazz fan is significantly worse than any college team you could be a fan of. Because most college teams are, I don't know, there's a lot more in my world fluidity and choosing your college teams. Like I'm a big OSU fan, but there's other teams I do support that I do enjoy.
Did you just call Oklahoma State OSU?
Yeah, the real OSU.
Okay. And
That-
so
that-
like what would we call like OSU, like Ohio State University?
Ohio State. Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
Free
Okay.
thinker.
All right. So not to get us back to the gossip request.
No, please get
So-
us back to the gossip request. That's what we're here for.
Pablo's Lithuania,
Mm-hmm.
Jack Estonia,
Mhm.
like I said. Latvia, we're having like sort of a really hot debate. It's kind of a three-way race now between Fizzy, and then the little.
I don't have to. It's fine.
I think Jizzy.
Chizzy, don't bring up my cousin, please.
I was gonna say that I think Fizzy are a really strong Ukraine candidate.
Yeah, we'll see about
I
it.
can bat that.
We'll see about it.
I can bat that. I can bat that.
We'll see
And
about it
Fez, who do you want to be?
when you grow up.
I'm just Fez. That's really all there is to me.
Absolute
all I
cinema.
I am who I am, man. Like it's not just like it's a state of mind, it's a state of being, more than just a name.
Let's return to the gossip requests.
All right. I'm visiting Amsterdam and watched a street ball game. It was horrific. It was a horrific display of pickup hoops compared to what I've seen. I live in Los Angeles. I wonder how the street ball talent gap compares across the globe.
Okay. I think this is definitely something we can ask others about for next time, maybe. Because
You might be the most qualified to speak on this specifically, Mr. 500.
so
Because
I've played a bit of basketball as of late. I can sometimes make it if I'm within 6 feet of the hoop, and as I know, that's pretty accomplished. I have not actually encountered the notorious wild street ball match, which I feel
Wait,
a little sad about.
Well, but Busy, you did say that you've seen some really great players.
So there was one time I was at a park playing basketball, and a 9-year-old arrived and started making between the leg layups and sort of just making every shot, which did shame me to leaving because I am sometimes airballing within like 7 feet.
Okay. Yeah, and I just, just to make sure that the story makes sense, like, to everybody listening, like, are you capable of a between the legs layup?
Can you hear him? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. What? Time out. Well, I can't make one either personally. I can't do it myself. Can you, Catherine? Can you do it behind the through your Let's Live?
Yeah, for sure.
Really? Good for
I'll
you.
never
I that's impressive. That's not many people can say they can do that.
I'm sorry, I'm a little off put by Fizzy being on timeout.
What do you mean?
He gets a little upset. What? It's back now. What?
Oh, that's weird. It like cut out for that question specifically. That's interesting.
Okay, yeah. Alright, let's see. I was told by someone who knows someone on the Rockets player development staff that number 4 is staying in Houston. This is the worst day of my life.
Number 4 is Jalen Green, correct?
It is Jalen Green. Chad, what are we doing to Jalen Green when we see him?
I kind of have a squad I'm putting together. Right now I'm at about 20. I think we might need a few more to make sure that the job is done.
So Fizzy is performing a procedure on Jalen Green. Fez, what do you do? What do you got in store for Jalen Green?
Well, here's the thing. Actually, I had nothing. I hope he keeps shot chucking down in Houston. I want to see it happen. Don't get me wrong. I love certain players on Houston, but I don't care for the team that much.
Amen Thompson was on a sinking ship.
I love Amen Thompson. I love him.
As do we all, I'm assuming. Actually, Fizzy, I don't think you've made your position clear.
Yeah.
I love
How do you feel, Mr. Mike?
a Thompson.
Okay. So if Amen Thompson was on the Titanic, and your choice was between Amen Thompson or Dalen Green shock chucking, who would you save?
So I would save him and Thompson by getting him to the Thunder, obviously.
Okay.
Do you think he could guard Tyrese Halliburton?
Well, we don't have to worry about him too much longer. Trust me,
mean-
I have to spend the war for that.
Just talking about one possession, I would say that the Thunder didn't have many people who could guard Tyrese Halliburton last night.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Who was it? It wasn't a good defender
It was
on him,
Jason-
was it? Who?
Payson Wallace was the one. Payson Wallace was the one who was on him.
Hmm.
He had a solid effort play. It just wasn't enough when you have the devil on your side.
That seems a little harsh.
Which
We've
wasn't enough.
gotten to our first long gossip request.
Okay.
You're all gonna have to bear with me because as you're gonna learn in the process of me reading this, I have dyslexia. Hashtag reusing gossip. Hello, State of the League. Short-time listener, first-time gossiper. Welcome to the show.
Welcome
Yes.
to the show.
Thanks, guys. Yesterday, I was on a call with a couple of mates. Another brick.
Fucking God, can we do something about this?
Can we do something
We have to
about
do
this?
something.
What are we sending in a package to the United Kingdom?
Could we send me?
Okay. Okay. Fizzy.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
You said you have like a little group of people you're getting together for the Jalen Green thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if that wraps up early, like maybe put them in a package.
We could swing by.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yesterday, I was on a call with a couple of mates from high school when all of a sudden one of them starts going, "Bro, why is this guy calling me?" Anyway, he proceeds to take the call and comes back and goes, guys, that creep we went to high school with got caught on video getting in a punch on at the footy. What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, say that again.
Getting in a punch on at the footy. Could one of you take that on, like maybe in a British accent?
Get a punch on like the footy. One of my mates was getting in a punch on at the footy.
That's awesome.
If I had to assume, they got in a fight at the football match.
Okay. And what does football mean? I don't even. Is that soccer?
I think that's some other sport.
Okay. All right. It's Quidditch, actually.
That's what they play over there,
Right.
actually.
That
Well,
is
we-
I read that in a documentary.
Over here in God's country, we call it Quidditch.
Mm-hmm.
But over there in the King's country, they call it footy.
The king's country, we have a king, he rules us. Fucking idiots.
we get ruled by God here.
And Steph, that one was for you. Alright. My friends and I never really got along with this guy because he was racist and a scumbag.
You can't be both.
Shortly after we finished high school, he ended up working at the school as a sport teacher and ended up dating a former student of his after she graduated. I don't want to tell a joke. That sucks.
Now I can't be funny, because I just want this guy gone.
So naturally, we all hear this and we are cracking up. No way, man, where's the link, we yell. And shortly after, we are rewarded with said link, and lo and behold, our racist scum. But wait, who is that in front of him? The main aggressor is none other than the piece of shit's dad.
Wow.
So after noticing, our
Hashtag
call is
noticing.
completely losing its mind, hooting and hollering, sending the video up and down to everybody we know, having a grand old time. Karma's a bitch. Fuck that guy. Flash forward a little less than 24 hours later.
Fresh gossip.
All in another call. One of the guys says, dude, if you Google, I don't think that, is that someone's name or a place? Hawthorne Collingwood Brawl. The guy
Brawl.
is on-
Oh man,
my
his name
head.
is Hawthorne Collingwood? That's just bad.
So we made the news.
Mhm.
Fuck this guy. Thank you for your service and for listening to my gossip again. So
Should we get this video?
I think we should get this video, and I think that you should actually text in Gossip Channel right now
Oh.
and get the video. We can give sort of a live reaction. We can actually do some body language analysis.
That is a photo of the fight.
Okay.
I do think that you should screen share it.
I'll put it up in post. It's pretty good. Oh, I think I might have. Is this okay? I'm on the trail. I'm almost there.
You Mr. 500. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Welcome. I know as a Jazz fan, you need to hear that sometimes.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the Utah Jazz.
I do think that you are Latvia.
Uh-huh.
I think that we're crowning you Latvia.
Thank you. That's good. I mean, I mean, if you insist, I guess.
You seemed a little hurt by not being in it earlier, so like.
I wasn't hurt. I was fine. Okay. I think we have it.
Let's watch the stream.
This is gonna feel a lot more satisfying than like 90% of the people. Just knowing that this guy's getting what's coming to him.
Oh, I can't wait.
Is that a flag? Can't tell. That's kind of pathetic. Don't you
That
think?
is. Let me double check, make sure. Yes, this is Australia.
It's
AFL.
Australia. I would say a couple. I noticed a couple things. I did notice that there were security guards with the person recording who were just kind of chilling.
They were just kind of hanging around.
Yeah.
There might have been a build-up to this. This might have been even more justified than we think.
Well, we do know that the guy is racist,
Mhm,
so
which-
it's possible.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that makes my day a little bit, knowing that there's at least some amount of justice in the world, and then we can see that happen and unfold.
All right, we did get a gossip request that says Deltarune Thursday. I don't know what that means.
Intrigued.
Do you know, Fez?
I said I'm intrigued. I don't know what that means, but I'm intrigued. to find out.
There is the hit game Deltarune has released their 3rd and 4th chapters on this past Thursday. I have not played myself, but I do know of its cultural impact and significance. So, shout out to everyone who's probably. There's actually a very good chance that this podcast is side monitor to someone playing Deltarune. That is actually incredibly likely.
It's very likely, and I do have a guess about who it is, and I am gonna keep it to myself.
We love this. We love this.
All right. Are we ready?
I think we're ready for more.
All right. Hey guys, it's Brian Cardinal X DBZ AMV. I don't know.
Boo! Boo!
That's unjust. I don't like
A
that.
lot of hostility coming from you, Fez.
Hurt people hurt people.
That's right. That's right.
Hurt
I've heard.
people. Fez, do
Very
you
hurt.
have anything that you want to talk about right now?
I think before we get into this Brian Cardinal request, I think we give a brief moment to discuss the loss of the Oklahoma City Thunder that occurred last night.
Not the tragedy that occurred in Oklahoma City last night.
I have to report neutrally.
To some
I mean,
scale.
I will say, I do know about one tragedy that happened in Oklahoma City famously. And I wouldn't say that this was on par.
It's been like 5. It's been bad. It's been, the blown 3-1 lead. The other thing.
He doesn't know.
I was personally speaking about when Timothy McVeigh exploded a building.
Very, very bad, very bad, very bad. I know. Yeah, blah blah blah.
Do you condemn that?
But I do condemn that. I actually know. But the tragedy of the Taliban and the Devil Magic last night in Oklahoma City. Thunder led the game the entire way. Then I felt myself losing my sanity as the time went down and down.
Well, I would say that this is like maybe an exercise in perspective, because to me it was beautiful what happened last night.
You know, it made me think. Maybe as I've said before, as a sports fan, I'm a bad person. I root on the downfall and the suffering of many fan bases. And I said last night, you know, maybe I need to think about maybe changing my ways, being, you know, not being such a hardcore Dallas hater for the Cowboys or the Mavs, and I'm not changing. I'm ingrained in my ways. I can't change. I hate the Mavs. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Pacers right now. I love the Pacers too. I loved them before. They were a really fun team. I love Halliburton, but as of right now, they are on the list. They
List?
the list of things I hate.
Okay. I think we need to hear the list.
My best friend, Dallas Cowboys, the Mavs, the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, Rick Carlisle, every member of the Pacers organization, every Pacers fan.
Well, I don't have hands for every Pacers fan, so maybe don't say that one.
The
'cause
New
I
York
don't wanna count.
Giants, Philadelphia Eagles, the Warriors, the Rockets, Oklahoma Sooners, Texas A&M, Texas, Notre Dame.
It's a lot of hate in your heart.
I have a lot of. I could name more. I have a lot of hate.
Do you have like any like not sports related ones? I'm just curious about.
You already said his best friend.
Non-sports related hate. I mean, my best friend. Yeah, 100% my best friend. Yeah.
Okay. Any others or just your best friend?
Mostly my best friend. He takes up a lot of the room.
Out of the room.
Okay.
Honestly.
A little fat phobic, but okay.
Oh no, he's tall and skinny. He'll be fat one day. I'm working on that, but
Are you doing like what Katie Heron did in Mean Girls, or like?
He's definitely watched Mean Girls.
Have you not watched Mean Girls?
I've not gotten around to it yet. Well, okay, actually, wait a minute.
I haven't either. I just wanted it to be funny.
Blacked out once during it. I don't remember it.
Holy fuck, I'm in a male-dominated space right now. You two fools have not watched Mean Girls, and I won't say what you need to do with yourselves, but it starts with K and ends with ill.
So
I
if I had another bad day, I can be killed. The way I see it, if one of y'all wants to send somebody to my location, my address is in the Discord.
They're already on the way.
By myself, so you can I can provide them, right?
They've been on their way since you started talking about the Thunder. Did I already read Brian Cardinals or just his?
we were about to get into it.
Yeah, I started doing them because he's a Mavs fan.
We started talking about the Oklahoma stupid Thunder.
Oh. The Oklahoma Stupid Thunder, and
What do y'all know about playoff appearances recently?
Well,
Wizards
don't you know
and Jazz.
tanking is like the thing now?
You've been tanking?
Yeah.
Both of
do you
y'all?
respect the U.S. military, Fez?
I do. My father served.
Okay, so if you respect the U.S. military, that means that you also have some love in your heart for tanks.
I do, but y'all don't do it the right way. The Thunder did it the right way.
Thunder and tanking in the same sentence.
They
I mean, I
did
did
tank.
the Super Bowl good without tanking. You know, we had two really dark years. That's all it took.
Well, that is rookie numbers.
That's what
in
happens
comparison.
when Adam Silver gives you the mandate from heaven.
As for God's chosen team,
God's
God's
chosen.
chosen sport.
Yeah, then explain the loss, buddy.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I really am not. I don't want to be stuck in the mud here, but we did already establish earlier in the podcast that God is on the side of Indiana. So, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to fact
Problematic.
check.
It's problematic.
and
Let's read the Cardinals' request.
Brian Cardinal X DBZ AMV here. Hey, real quick, DBZ Dragon Ball Z. What is AMV?
oh, it's Dragon Ball Z. That's what that meant.
Yeah, that's the one I know. I think someone typed it before. I've got my guys on it real quick.
Okay. How about American music video?
I think that was what was typed, actually. Yes, we did have one event where Bread himself typed out, "Thank you, Bryden Cardinal X Dragon Ball Z American music videos."
Let's go!
So, assuming that Bread is all-knowing, then you've gotten it.
Okay. Very funny of you to assume that Brett is all knowing,
I-
not me.
Well,
I think clearly Packers y'all knowing one situation.
You don't think women can be all knowing, Mr.
I didn't say I didn't say that. Okay, I'm sick of the liberal media trying to misconstrue who I am.
Izzy, you can use your one take back whenever you want.
I'm not using it. I don't need to use it.
All right, Fizzy.
I'm calling people. I'm calling people. Hang on.
There are people on the web view. And
This is what America
just
does to
don't-
three thinkers. By the way, the poll has had more responses. We have a second response in yes, and I am a lesbian.
Oh,
From someone who I don't think... From someone who I don't think is a lesbian, but that's all right.
Oh.
Let me verify it. Let me see if I can verify this.
do you have a record of everyone's sexuality in the Discord, Mr. 500?
He does.
I cannot confirm or deny, actually.
Oh,
I can't confirm or deny. Not both that and if they're a lesbian. And who am I to deny someone's identity?
Exactly. Also, who is it?
A username I'm not familiar with. Cow Daddy for real.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Do you have a display name?
Yeah, that's the name.
Oh. I don't recognize that
Wow.
one.
Mm-hmm.
We're engaging new communities.
We're engaging new communities. Now I am tallying up. So the no votes include Koichi Sock, Steph, Brian Cardinal, Reed, and Bread.
And Brad. Wow.
Those are the no's.
Okay.
Those are the non-les. These are the non-lesbian no's.
Okay.
These are
Well,
the
yes.
the non-lesbian yeses include the fake Reed W, Farty McBallsack, Oscar. Man, that name brings me joy. Keegan Murray Enjoyer, Obi-Swan Kenobi, and King Sadboy.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the two yeses for lesbians are Jalen Sugondese and Cow Daddy for real.
So the yeses are taking it right now.
The yeses are taking it right now.
Including our two celebrated lesbians.
That we all knew were lesbians for sure. Okay.
Yes.
Let me read this.
Let's get to Brian Cardinal. Brian Cardinal's been on the edge of his seat this whole time waiting.
He deserves
Just
it.
coming in. Just coming on in to drop a bit of gossip and then go to bed. Sorry if this is supposed to be like an anonymous thing, but hearing my username said aloud fills me with joy and glee, so I can't help myself. Well, good thing that we've said it 5 times. I hope that you're feeling very joyful. Anyway, my gossip is that I have a very realistic view of myself and my capabilities fighting. Not good, I'm very timid. But I am absolutely confident that if push came to shove, I could beat the fuck out of Rudy Gobert in a fight. Not because I think he's weak or anything, but just the sight of him makes my blood boil. I would unlock a feral part of my brain that's laid dormant in human beings for like 400,000 years or some shit if I got into a fight with that dickhead. Like literally getting a... I don't know how to say that. I'm assuming this is a boy thing. Chromagone. Let me Google.
I hope you said a slur. Hold on.
Yeah. We might need to clip that.
Does it?
It's
What is
the
it?
Jack.
Does it
It's
say?
the Jack you
Does it say Chroma Gin?
God. I thought it was from a video game, but actually Brian Cardinal is just smartness mogging us right now.
Fuck!
See why I don't like this guy?
Let me screen share real quick.
What is he saying? This is a somewhat unprofessional recording, by the way, from my part, but we're gonna make do.
Chromagones are actually, as it turns out, early modern humans who were members of the Homo... Okay, I didn't know that Homo sapiens was a group that you could be members of.
I mean, we all are.
Yeah, we're all homeless.
Europe during the
There it
Ice
is.
Age. 40,000 to 10,000 years ago.
Oh.
And they are considered anatomically modern humans and distinct from Neanderthals.
So early humans. Could you read his sentence in context again?
I can't.
So he
Okay.
believes in evolution. Wow, hot take.
Okay. Well, I don't know that he believes in evolution. I just think that obviously all of us know that evolution isn't real. Right?
Yeah,
All
of
3 of us
course,
here can
of
agree
course.
on that. Right? So
Yes.
whoever like cooked up in the lab the theory of evolution in order to throw us all off the scent, they left us some Easter eggs. So they left us like chromagones or however the fuck.
Chromagnons.
What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna make Google say it.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that I know how to make Google say something.
Mm-hmm.
Cro-Magnon.
I'm not
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm not a
I
fan.
like
I
Chrome.
think
Cro-Magnon.
That's right.
Cro-Magnon.
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 Okay. So let me actually read the sentence again in context. Like literally getting a Cro-Magnon power buff because I mentally time travel to the fucking Paleolithic period.
That's
Oh,
good.
Well,
That's
That was funny if we didn't just harp on
he
it.
intelligence mogged us completely.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you think that was actually his intent?
you see why I like the guy? I mean, he's a Mavs fan.
You
a
need
Cowboys
to calm
fan.
down. You need to calm down.
You know, it's
Brian
that's
Cardinal.
the way.
Ryan Cardinal, do you think that you're better than women?
Wow, he
Anyway,
does.
I can
Um,
sense it.
I can too. In my bones.
That's using brute ancestral strength to reduce his brain matter to a chunky goo. So, see, this is interesting. Would Rudy Gobert's brain matter pulverized be chunky?
Do you think he can defend his brain the way he defends a basketball hoop?
Rudy Gobert, rim protection, does that extend to your basketball? Brain.
To the human basketball. You were on the right track there. The human basketball it's a labyrinth of wonder, and I don't know. Well, my first stance is that all life is precious, even if it's Rudy Gobert.
I'm so sorry. When you say that all life is precious, like when's like the start of like life? Like is that like at birth or like at conception? Like
At death.
oh, okay.
Okay.
So in that moment where sort of the heart monitor is flatlining. and
That's when you're
seeing-
really alive, because that's like we're all doing that right now. I don't know if you guys knew that.
So in a sense, you're saying that life is like a movie because when your memories flash before you at the time of your death, it's like you're watching a movie.
Yeah, I learned that from my second favorite podcast, Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay, cool. So like when you're sitting in a movie theater and you're watching a movie, and also they put on a commercial before the movie and it's Joe Rogan, that's when you're alive.
I mean, yeah. Any moment shared with Joe Rogan is life.
Okay, cool. Do you think that maybe Joe Rogan would like want to come on the pod?
No, fuck no. God, no. Fucking stupid. Why would you pitch that?
Is he too small for us, or
No, he's too big.
Oh.
I don't know about
Wait,
that. I don't know about that.
If we keep growing,
When we keep growing.
when we keep growing, then okay. Episode 3, Joe Rogan's here.
I'll get my guys on it.
Let me stop screen sharing.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Do we think Brian Cardinal could take Rudy Gobert? I think that's the true question we're asking here.
Okay. Well, Brian Cardinal does have a little bit more to say.
Oh.
Brian Cardinal says, "Fuck that guy for real. Imagine waking up every morning and being Rudy Gobert." Crying emoji. Like LMAO, laughing my ass off. You don't know. Could never be me. Well, sure, because Rudy Gobert is in the NBA. And Brian Cardinal, you're in a Discord server. So I think that you guys might be in different places. Like, you didn't start COVID, right? That's all Rudy Gobert. That wasn't you.
That's 1-0.
yeah.
1-0.
1-0. I would say maybe 2-0.
That one's
Right,
a
because
2?
Rudy-
That's a 2?
That's a 2. And, you know, we played a 21 here.
Mhm.
Brian Cardinal, you've got a lot of time. But I would say right now Rudy's taking an early lead. Like 2-0, like the Pacers are going to be on Sunday. Is
I
what
think he
would
gets
say.
stopped. Whoa.
That's what I would say that Brian Cardinal's doing right now.
I think Brian Cardinal gets stopped no matter what, because Dallas fans are notoriously very soft and weak-willed individuals. And I think he has nothing on Rudy. I think Rudy smokes him 21 stunned.
Okay. You
I
think
really
that Rudy... I'm taking Brian Cardinal here because I think that the human spirit and sort of heart and conviction is something that no one can overtake.
Something
can tell-
Rudy Gobert
you
does
can
not
tell
possess.
He's a Dallas fan.
Well,
That's bad.
You
That's
need
really bad.
Okay, we need to talk for a little bit, buddy. So I think the Dallas Mavericks, while the front office may be a terrorist organization, you seem to carry a lot of animosity towards those who might not be at fault for what is going wrong with the Dallas Mavericks.
Because do you blame the victims of terrorist attacks
For the terrorists.
for what they
I blame it on him still being a fan. He's clearly into suffering.
So let me pose a hypothetical here. Tomorrow, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he fly. No. I'm not gonna pose this hypothetical. I'm gonna get a little less specific with it. I'm gonna say that tomorrow Shai Gilgeous-Alexander joins ISIS. He changes his Twitter banner to the ISIS flag, and starts tweeting out like ISIS video. You remember when they were making videos? He starts tweeting those out. What's your sort of move in this situation?
I can still be a Thunder fan, but not be an SGA diehard fan. You know, I like Cason Wallace. He's my favorite player.
So what if the Thunder starts tweeting it from like their official account?
We got hacked. Big news.
Okay, cool.
Twitter.
Cool.
I
It's Twitter. You
start
can't
tweeting
trust
it.
Twitter anymore.
What if I start tweeting? Or sorry, X posting on X.
I'm so sorry. The everything up.
Freedom of speech, baby.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that you're okay with ISIS.
It's a
Okay,
free
let's move
marketplace
on.
of ideas. It's a free marketplace of ideas.
It's a free marketplace of ideas, but just totally clear for the record, you have condemned Hamas, but you have not condemned ISIS.
I feel like I will condemn ISIS. Sure, you know, I condemn ISIS, and if SGA wants to support them, I would have an issue with that, but I would still be a Thunder fan.
Okay.
'Cause SGA is like my seventh favorite Thunder player on the team.
Sorry, who's your favorite? Just real quick for research.
Cason Wallace.
Cason Wallace. Okay, so it's crazy. I just got a notification right now.
Oh, my phone's going up. Hold on.
Yeah, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I'm seeing that Cason Wallace, first he tweeted a video of him saying the Shahada, which I thought that was nice. And then he tweeted a video of him joining ISIS. So like he flew there, the whole thing. He'll be back.
My sources will tell me that's fake news. I'm hearing
Oh, I'm
different
so
things.
sorry, but your sources are bullshit. So
That's
let's
also
just
that's the
go
notification I'm getting. I'm not getting that one. I'm getting like, hey, whatever he's about to say, he's getting it bad.
Let me talk to Cason Wallace directly, okay? Let me
Okay.
shoot him a text, see how he's feeling.
Well, why don't we, I mean, obviously, Cason Wallace is going to watch. So why don't you send out a message to him right here?
He just responded to me in Arabic, so he might be lost.
Okay, let's
Jada was your favorite player. Jada, here we go.
let's return to the gossip requests.
Cool. Another gossip request. There's a really fucking long one that it's the gossip nuke. Koichi Sock's gossip nuke. We'll get there, okay? But we're still building. Because we've gotten through 3 gossip requests maybe, and there's 22. So we gotta wait.
We can do a speed round real quick.
Okay. Someone said, I think this is actually true. Jack and Pablo have never met each other in real life. Wow.
I think
Well,
we know it's not true.
Do we know it's not
They
true?
kissed. Or was it an
Yeah.
e-kiss? Was it an e-kiss?
It could have had an e-kiss. Alright. And so what if they have like a online relationship where they've met online? There's like nothing wrong.
Online relationships. Okay.
There's there's actually like nothing wrong with like being in like a
Yeah.
relationship. Let's
You know,
move on.
we are all on board for a state of the league romance between Pablo and Jack. We love to see a good romance in the Discord.
We all do.
Well, I do have concerns. I have concerns and then I also have concerns about the little boy. It's not that I think Jack is like a bad influence as another parent figure. I just am like a little worried about like all of that tumult in the little boy's life.
I think, yeah, I personally have a lot invested into the little boy. I hope things go well for him. I I also did buy like a lot of Bitcoin for him, so like I kind of need him to pull through. But
Okay. Well,
yeah.
if the little boy were to like pass, like in like a tragic accident, like you would get the Bitcoin, right?
No.
Oh no.
It was part of the condition.
Okay.
It was from
So
Pablo.
who's the-
Pablo set it up. He was like,
Oh.
I bought a bunch of
So the
Bitcoin goes back to Pablo if it doesn't go well.
Bitcoin
It's
goes to Pablo.
it's complicated. I think Jack might be involved. I don't know.
Like we should talk about this off air, but have we thought about starting a state of the league coin?
The people have been wanting this.
Do people
Many
have
are
been
saying.
want- I mean, like again, we like totally don't have to talk about this on the air, but we should totally figure out like who's like the face of it.
It's going. It's going right now. I just set it up.
Oh,
Oh, and like who did you make the face of it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay,
We're actually
cool.
having an audio issue with Fizzy right now, but like it's okay because like I can hear him and he said that I'm the face of it. So that's good. That's good, Fizzy.
You know what? I'll support that. I think a woman should be the face of something over a man any day. So I happily
It's,
support it.
Suck up,
so interesting
teacher's
that
pet.
You would reduce my identity to womanhood.
Well, not just that, a Wizards fan should. You deserve it. You're a Wizards fan. You didn't get the #1 overall pick when you should have. Like, you deserve it.
Thank you. We needed that. We needed to hear that. The Wizards deserve the #1 pick.
Oh
They
my
did,
god,
they
it's
did.
coming from a Jazz fan.
I know.
feel
No,
so-
because listen, I know it's a harder sell to say the Jazz deserved it. I know the limits that I can afford.
the Jazz needed the #1 pick so they could pick Con Nipple.
Con Nipple is an intriguing prospect to me because I did hate on him for a while, but I'm learning that he is. All it took was one person comparing him to Joe Ingles, and now I'm on board.
So I have a question about Con Nipple. I'm sorry, I'm not up on my scouting. Is he Mormon?
No.
It might
But
be.
he
a
is
cul-
one.
It might
It's
be
all
like a
days.
tough culture fit.
Yeah, all Utah Jazz players are required to convert upon entry, so like I don't know how he'd fit in.
I mean, have there been many issues with guys not converting when they get in?
Yeah, his
I feel
name
like
was Donovan Mitchell. I don't know what happened to him anymore. He kind of like left my mind.
He's not playing anymore. No.
Honestly, I haven't heard of Donovan Mitchell in ages. Like,
It's
I
been
feel
like
I'm
it's been a few rounds, yeah.
Donovan or Davion Mitchell. I get those two confused.
Well, Davion Mitchell's on the Toronto Raptors. We know that.
Oh, he's
Donovan Mitchell, though, I'm pretty sure he was a victim of the Haliban, if that's right.
And how did you feel about that while it was happening, guys?
I thought it was pretty cool. Not gonna lie to you.
Ooh.
How far they
What
fall.
What I'm hearing, and I'm so sorry, like correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm hearing that like your support for terrorism is situational.
Absolutely, yes. I'm fluid.
Yeah.
I'm fluid with my sport.
So, sorry,
Very
unrelated.
progressive.
If you had to pick like your least favorite basketball team,
Mavs.
okay. So like if what's a terrorist group we haven't picked here yet? I'm trying to.
The Chicago Bulls.
I'm gonna skip that one. If Boko Haram blew up, what's the Mavs stadium called? I don't know.
Like shithole arena? I don't know. Something like that.
Hey. That's just not nice, and
Yeah, what?
I don't like that. I think it's American Airlines Center.
It is.
American
You
something to sound right.
Google that?
Airlines
Did you
Center?
Google that?
No, I just know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
My actual Googling, my Googling station's this way, so you can tell I'm not Googling it by looking that way.
Well, yeah, but that's something for someone to unpack in the state of the league.
Which will be spawned eventually, inevitably, even.
I mean, if it doesn't spawn, it's sort of like an insult.
Yeah, because of course the podcast with two men gets a spin-off podcast, but then you add a woman, and then suddenly everyone's.
All of a sudden, no one wants to do it.
It's fucked up.
It
All
is.
Let's
So-
do gossip speedrun. Let's get through. Let's do 5. Just rattle them off. Rattle off. Yeah.
I'd love to know more about the fellas' college experiences. As a 26-year-old college grad myself,
Old alert.
and after listening to the Boys Public episode earlier, I'd be fascinated to hear some of their experiences, such as classes, cool local spots only the real insert college kids go to, professors, etc. So I just want to note quickly, I think we may have misunderstood the gossip requests just a little.
We do not have access to Pablo and Jack right now. They're incredibly influential and busy people. If I heard right, Pablo is currently in Indianapolis. I don't know what that's about, and then Jack is at home.
Yeah, so I mean, we have access to them in the sense that we have sort of a spiritual connection with them, but I wouldn't say that we have access to like their memory. So we can't really speak to their college experiences, but obviously, as we know, like they did get seen kissing earlier. Obviously, they had some sort of relationship in college that they're rekindling right now, but that's all we can really say about their college experience.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, this one's long. Fake Reed W. I coached junior box lacrosse, 17 to 21-year-olds. In what was a very physical game, 2 players from both teams were kicked out and sent to the locker rooms underneath the stands. The locker rooms are connected by a tunnel, and it's only separated by a tunnel. That's confusing to me. All of a sudden, me and my other coaches hear shouting coming from the hallway and parents telling us to get down there. We sprint down there to find the other team's players are pushing into our locker room while our guys are trying to hold the door closed and punch them at the same time. Our 4 coaches and the other team's 3 coaches logged them. Got to the situation at the same time, as well as about 10 players from both teams at the same time. It becomes a very physical shoving match with like 20 bodies wrestling in the tunnel. It took several minutes of separation, and then we went and finished the final 5 minutes of the games with little incident. Okay.
Good for them. Way to finish the game up.
So I have a couple of questions off the bat. First of all, not included in the gossip request, did you win the game?
That's what's important here.
That's the important thing. If you lost the game, then you've lost the battle.
Yeah, some of us only really care if you win. Like, if you win, then you're right automatically. I've heard that from some of you. So, just that's important.
I believe Catherine said that earlier. We go for the winners here.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, actually, I think it probably was you because like, that's how you feel about sports teams and
political parties.
I don't know, like, I actually think that, like, 18 wins out of 82 is, like, totally, that's, like, good. Like,
yeah, that's better than the worst.
It is better than the worst, many are saying. Okay. Well, I hope everyone's okay after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're bad, I hope they're dead. Unless they're 17. The 17-year-olds I won't speak on. 18 through 21-year-olds, if they're bad people, I hope they're dead.
Let's kill that guy.
I agree.
Kill him with forks and hammers.
Let's kill him with forks and hammers.
4 horses.
Right.
My famous catchphrase that I say every episode.
Of course.
Next gossip request. Myers Leonard is an internationally ranked Hearts of Iron 4 player. People who know who Hearts of Iron 4 is, what are Hearts of Iron 4?
Is that the only thing the gossip request says?
That's all it says.
Okay.
I'm out of the loop. I don't know.
This seems to be eliciting some sort of a reaction from you.
Yes, so are we familiar with at least Myers Leonard?
He got in trouble for saying something in the past, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
On a stream?
Yeah, it was actually for speaking out against the woke mob, so. Actually,
I'm going to take a position for all 3 of us and say that if that's all he got in trouble for, the State of the League podcast is pro Myers Leonard.
Pro Myers Leonard, famously. At least 2 out of the 3 of us are pro Myers Leonard. I won't say which. But,
I think all 3 of us are pro Myers Leonard.
2 out of 3. The Myers Leonard, the game he is discussing here is Hearts of Iron 4, a World War II strategy game. Interesting.
Oh.
It is sort of a game based on taking control of a country and being able to and sort of guiding that country through whatever path you choose. Now, I'm going to look up Myers Leonard Hearts of Iron 4 and just sort of see what countries he tends to gravitate towards.
Yeah, I'm very curious to hear about this.
So
Is it violence
does
in
he
one
stream?
country or another?
Does he stream
Yeah,
still?
no, you know he used to. You know he used to.
We know he used to, but does he still stream? I'm not seeing anything about this. I completely buy it though,
I do too.
because a sicko like Myers Leonard is very likely to listen. I'd love to hear more about Myers Leonard playing a World War II game, because I think we're on to something here.
All right. Well, I do notice that you just called him a sicko after saying that 2 of 3 of us are pros. So actually, it seems like the one who's anti is maybe Fizzy.
Oh, I was just
Wow.
quoting. I was just quoting sicko. I found an
According
article.
to,
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
This reporter here.
was it
No.
yours? Was it written by Mr. 500?
Oh, let me see.
Oh,
It's,
you didn't know you're in words.
AOC. That's weird. Okay, let's continue.
I just-
Well, yeah. I would never want to agree with her. All right. Not necessarily gossip, but a funny story. I once signed up to do some sort of self-defense class a few years back,
Good.
just to keep fit, etc. A few years back, we're going into the archive for this gossip request. Didn't do much research into the place I was going. Showed up and there were Israel flags all over the walls. Turned out it was self-defense used in the IDF and taught by former IDF members. I was wearing my little Palestine wristband. Didn't go to another session. Funny situation.
Did you finish out the first session? It's like that matters. I feel like you supported them. You know?
That's it. So, I'm gonna say let me weave a little narrative for you two. Just sort of put you in the shoes. You want to defend yourself. You want to learn what it takes to stop other people from messing with you. You found this place. You were tired. You didn't think much about it. You're going in. You put on your Palestine bracelet because obviously you support the cause, and you walk in, and you see the IDF flags. What is the first thing you're doing?
Okay. Personally, in that situation, I'm pointing at the flag and I'm saying, "Hey, who put that there?"
That's
I
good.
feel like you have 2 avenues you could go down, at least in my point of view. 1, you just walk out and forget about it. 2, long-term play. Use their own training against them. Learn their ways, learn their secrets,
He might be cooking.
learn how they.
He might be cooking.
And then to apply that training, Hamas, to other people, use it against them.
Mm-hmm. You know you're allowed to like condemn them and like them at the same time. It's kind of crazy.
Like I said, I'm fluid. my opinion.
Oh, I've been long conned. He got me.
Two Fez. That's 2 Fez aura moments.
That's
in
2
one
in a
month.
row. I think I might be done.
Mr. 500 has been removed.
I'm 499. I'm 499 now. That's bad.
Oh.
Okay.
So am I like Fez 1 at this point then?
Yeah, you took one.
Okay, alright, bet.
It's been a while since the haircut, but Jack's hair just doesn't hit the same at the mid-length it's at right now. As a majority audio-only listener, it makes the video episodes I do watch feel different, like an imposter in Jack's place. Yeah, I didn't, it's sticky, so I didn't let him watch it.
This is live, Jack.
Let's live Jack. And, I really wasn't sure if I was going to address this on the pod or not, but there is a fan theory that someone else is walking in Jack's body and has taken over his skin.
Do you have any sources?
Yeah, but I'm like a journalist, and so
That would help explain the tension that's been in recent episodes.
What if
It's not
Pablo
actually
hates
him.
the haircut? What if Pablo hates the haircut?
those 2 men that you see on your screen right now, have they kissed? I don't think so. But if we go back to an old episode, they've kissed. So I think that there's a noticeable change we're seeing. And that change could only be explained by one thing, which is a skinwalker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what? I support as someone who's in an area of Skinwalker legends are common and run rampant. I have to say that I think you're right on this one, Tathan. I really do. I think the evidence speaks for itself. What do we do about this? Do we handle this? Do we let it play out? Like, we have responsibility to do something. Right?
Well, you know, my mom got caught in some traffic, but she is on her way to scratch Jack's nose, make sure that he didn't kill Patton Oswalt, wellness check him.
Oh,
and
that was
also,
fake, by the way. I found out that was fake news.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just some guy.
That's good.
Oh,
That's-
He looked like Patton Oswalt. It was just some guy in Indianapolis. I don't know what that was about.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you meant the part where Jack's nose was itchy.
No, that's true. That's true and real.
Damn, I'm feeling pretty upset. Okay, well, I guess.
What an empath. Let's rattle on to another. Let's get through. Let's gossip, man.
All right. Let's
On the same page about the hair length, by the way. It looks frayed. It looks sloppy, and I don't like it.
It looks frayed. It looks sloppy. Jack is canceled.
We should kill whoever cut his hair. We could just kill him.
All right. Someone said, "Got nothing, but have fun, kids." But thank you for having
Do we have a name on that one?
no name on that one. But I will ask the gossip channel responsible for it.
Who did this? Who did this? You make a mockery of us on our own show, the inaugural episode, and you make a mockery. You sick, sick fucks.
Mods ban him.
So you know what? We're not having fun. We're not having fun anymore.
Yeah, now we're done.
That ruined it. That killed it for me personally.
Because you ruined it. So, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever gave us well and kind wishes in the gossip request form, fuck you.
Yeah.
How dare you? How dare you waste our
You
time?
walk in onto the forum. Oh, I'm just gonna put a little forum. It'll mess with them. It's not like these things have consequences.
I hope you're well and your families are healthy.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Let's move on. Can we confirm or deny that Pablo is actually a Bulls employee, voicing his displeasure over internal affairs? Confirm.
I mean, you're in the area, so your sources, I mean, are going to be more reliable than our
Yeah.
sources about it.
You know, I do know where the Bulls front office holds their office, and you know, they have a package on the way, and I do know that Pablo's there too. So actually, this might be our first and last episode, if you know certain
Things go to plan.
Like,
Well, maybe the last episode for you too. I've got a little bit lined up.
oh, okay.
I'm
Mm,
automatically the replacement because I've got the biggest number.
okay.
That's how it
Sure.
works. If you read the rules
Well,
on
for
the
now,
Discord.
for now.
I don't think you guys read
For
the
sure.
rules.
I
Well,
made the rules.
This
this
guy's
is
just
actually
saying
a gossip channel podcast, which means that one of us is a mod and not the other two.
It's true. It's true.
So, yeah. Anyway, I think that Fizzy needs to make sure that his roommates don't check the mail for him, and I'm gonna be fine. Because threatening a woman on the internet—that would be crazy, right?
I didn't do that.
Oh, okay. Let's
you?
go ahead. Hello, State of the League podcast. First time listener. First time
Aren't we all?
audience. Welcome to the show. Actually, that's a joke that doesn't make any sense here because there hasn't been a show before now.
We can still welcome to it.
Yeah, you're right. And why don't we welcome each other?
Let's go first.
I think Fez wants to go first.
Miss 500, welcome to the show. Catherine, welcome to the show.
Well, let's move on. In light of a recent poll that ranked the most toxic fan bases, which there's a link for, I'll screen share it in a second.
I saw this. The Jazz are in a spot you wouldn't expect.
I would like to hear your guys' rankings for which organization, spelled with an S, has the worst fan base. Thanks, KMSTS. Who is KMSTS?
Cry myself to sleep.
Oh!
That's good. I was trapped in Keegan Murray land.
I was also trapped in Keegan Murray land. I was like, Keegan Murray,
SCS. Call myself to
Keegan
sleep.
Murray,
That's good.
Sleep. Alright, let me screen share.
I'm
this
gonna
link.
pull. Okay.
And then also, I have officially no opinion about any of this because I haven't looked at the tweet and I need to pee again. So.
Do we need another moment of silence?
No, you guys are allowed to talk during this one. Can you see the
Yes!
speed enough to?
Let me
got
see.
it?
It's.
It takes a second to
yeah.
load for me, but oh,
Okay.
there it is.
I'm gonna go pee.
We'll do some analysis real quick.
Be right back.
Naturally, how about that? How about that? Number one.
Number one. Yeah.
Is anyone surprised?
I mean, so I'm more curious about the actual. Man, I'm actually gonna like talk normal here instead of like be. I'm about to give actual analysis instead of do bits. The Dallas Mavericks one makes sense because like I'd be pretty pissed if I lost Luka Doncic too.
Yeah.
Timberwolves.
That makes sense.
Timberwolves.
During that playoff series, I was fighting some wars with Timberwolves.
I
fans.
think if I had to guess, Anthony Edwards is not the most inviting figure for level-headed and normal people.
And also, I think Randall fans aren't exactly.
Yeah, well, I don't. Randall fans.
I'm sorry, Randall fan. I'm sure there's one out there.
Yeah.
Glad you won.
Grizzlies.
Maybe.
Grizzlies, I kind of buy.
76ers would definitely buy. I thought New York would be up higher.
You're
Honestly.
gonna notice a lot of Pacific team or Atlantic teams. I'm seeing a heavy. Well, actually, it's balanced. It's balanced. I'll say that. The small markets are at the bottom. Honestly, I think it's just because small market teams have lower expectations.
Let's see, the Pacers are surprisingly middle of the pack. That's interesting to me. I kind of figured they'd be up higher.
I thought they'd be lower.
I thought Miami would be up way higher. 18 is crazy.
Yeah, I think they're all
Miami
2 second.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
I said Miami should be higher.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think they probably all calmed down because of Terry Rozier.
Lakers at 14 is also pretty.
That's not true. That's just not true. If I don't see
That's
Lakers,
not true.
I'm seeing the Lakers below like the Magic. I'm just not buying it.
No.
You'll notice.
Like, you're telling me Bulls fans aren't miserable all the time?
All right.
Well, they're
Let's make an
miserable. Yeah.
official- An official state of the league top 5 most toxic fan bases.
Was the question including the letter S?
And we went to the Spurs with the last place team, so that good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait one sec. Let me go. I gotta
I
do
know the
some-
only team
I think
that
there's.
starts with an S,
I think
right?
there's. I think they said spelled with an S, which is only like 3 teams that aren't.
Which organization, singular, has the worst fan base?
I stand by
So we're gonna
Lakers.
say
I stand
Lakers,
by Lakers.
Boston.
Listen, I know we have some Lakers fans tapping it to listen to the pod right now. First of all, I want to say, like, I don't like you. But second of all, I would also want to say, you're the worst. So those are my 2 official positions. And I hope that you're doing poorly.
Okay, I think there are some good Lakers fans out there. As long as if you understand the situation that is the NBA and you understand where the Lakers are, then I'll let it slide. But
So you're saying that as long as someone acknowledges their privilege, you're okay.
yes, with the Los Angeles Lakers specifically. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Lakers for a bit real quick. The Los Angeles Lakers are the most advantaged. Yeah, they're in LA. That's correct. That's a good job. The Los Angeles.
I was waiting for someone to notice.
Oh. Okay. Well, the Los Angeles Lakers have an issue that is often tied with fascism, where if you perceive yourself as the group that is most disadvantaged in the system, but you're actually the most advantaged, that is frequently a characteristic of fascism. Now, I'm not saying that the Lakers are a fascist organization, but I'm definitely saying that they have that in common.
Okay.
I'll say it. They're fascist. Straight
Do
up.
we know like what Rob Pelinka's personal opinion about fascism is?
Neutral.
Probably
Okay.
neutral. Neutral to leaning towards it, I would say. No way he's against it.
I mean, that's telling, right?
if you don't know how someone feels, then I mean that's pretty, you know, it's for something as bad as fascism. You should be pretty outspoken about that, you know.
I agree.
How much gossip we got left?
Oh, much. Oh, so much. Okay. Let's see. We got some long ones. Let me find some easy ones. Someone said Pablo and Joestar, which I just want to pause real quick.
That's not his name.
That's not his name. And I think it's really interesting that you would reduce one of the hosts to their internet presence and call one of them their God-given name. So,
Yeah.
off break. Pablo and Joestar haven't texted in 4 days because they can't agree on a matching Jared McCain nail polish color.
Wow.
This sounds like an insider source. I believe
Does
this one the most.
So, little boy, welcome to the pod. We're really glad to have you.
Was that him?
Request. That was him. Yeah, he
Aw.
signed it, little boy.
Well, I thought we established it was Mr. 500. Was
I'm Latvia, but I didn't have a stance.
Oh, okay.
Let's
I
not.
thought you voted upon him as Latvia.
You're sort of like a Switzerland Latvia.
Yeah.
Hey, you're physically right.
I'm lost in the metaphor. It slipped out of my grasp finally with that last question.
The gossip. Guys, the joke is that Switzerland is always neutral.
Oh,
Stamp.
stupid. Gosh,
Stupid.
should have known.
Mr. 500, take a lap.
498.
498. You're Mr. 498.
That point goes to
And
no one. That point goes to no one. No one gets it.
I
Let's
think,
show
it goes,
Catherine.
You get it?
I think it goes to me. Well, it's kind of an oral loss that I told a joke and then none of you understood it.
Well, I understood, but I didn't understand. You know what I mean?
I didn't hear you. That's why I was confused.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. So yeah, point goes to me. Okay. Let me scroll. Still scrolling. I got an inside source in the Spurs organization, and they say the Spurs have been purposefully not playing Mamu over Wemby because Wemby is scared that Mamu is better than him and it would hurt the ratings. I've been hearing that Wemby is going to get traded this offseason so Mamu can be the franchise cornerstone to bring the Spurs to a championship. This is totally real.
This is real and true.
I've heard some rumblings about him going to the Thunder, actually. He wants to some with a really good developmental staff and the best shooting coach in the league to get his shooting even more potent.
Yeah, but you know, Mamu is at a place where I don't know that he needs a developmental staff.
No, Wemby. Wemby wants to come to Oklahoma City. Wemby wants to get moved to
Wouldn't be for
Oklahoma
Chet,
City.
1 for 1.
No, I think he wants to just come. I think he wants to like demand a release and just get signed.
Get bought out, just signed with OKC, veteran minimum.
Yeah,
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
it'd be great actually.
It'd be nice if everything just got handed to you for free.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is the one we tried to read earlier when we tried the first recording.
Should we finish with this one?
We've got 2 left.
Oh, 2 left? Okay, we can get through them.
That's not even possible. Have I read 20?
There's no way.
No, we've done like 9.
No,
I
I think we're in the double digits, but I don't think we're at 20.
Wait, let me go through and make sure I read all.
That was a secret.
Gossip
I read
count.
that one. I read that one. I read that one. I read that one. Did it. Read that one. Read that one. Yup. Not this one yet because this is a gossip nuke. We're finishing on this. Yep. 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 Skipped that one on purpose. Yep. Yep. Skipped that one on purpose.
Some
Yep.
Much more sensory in our gossipers, I see.
Yeah, there are certain people who never get their lobbyist requests read, so I don't want to read their gossip requests either.
Oh, okay,
Good.
fair. we treat everyone equally around here. We don't get
Jack and Pablo make the call. We can't be independent of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We got 2 long ones to finish it out.
All right, let's do the non-nuke.
Yeah.
Not my gossip, but kind of is. For context, one of my best mates is good mates with my ex.
Fucking God, can we stop with these mates talk? I'm like, ugh.
I know. Here, I'm gonna send this, and one of you who's not me can read it because it's so long.
Okay.
And also, I'm gonna make it busy, and I'm gonna say that you need to
do British.
read it. Yeah. My message is too long.
Ooh.
It has hit the Discord character limit.
I didn't know there was a character limit on Discord. What the fuck?
I've just learned.
I think it's like 300.
It's 2,000.
You can send
So
it
what
in the
I'm
form
gonna
of a
do-
text document.
I'm gonna send a screenshot.
Oh shit.
Is that worse?
That works, I guess. Plus, I could put it up, and then other people can read along if they want to.
What's that?
You could do that. Okay, it's gonna be 2 screenshots. Or it's fine. You know what? I'm gonna put it in a Google Doc.
Whatever works. Whatever works.
1 second. Real quick, while I'm doing this, you guys should talk.
Nah.
Well, why would we do that? We should have no more silence for Brian Thompson and the CEO.
Oh. Okay.
We got a Nancy Luigi guy on here.
We got a Luigi guy in the gossip report.
I thought we made our stances collectively very clear that we're pro-Luigi, anti-Hamas, pro-terrorist.
Okay.
Pulling up the goss.
Is it...
Pull up.
Oh, we lost.
Oh, this is the one from earlier. Or
That's
well,
what I said.
well, kind of earlier. From another life, I guess. Not my gossip, but kind of is. For context, one of my best mates is okay. I'm seeing pounds, so I now know that this is British. This is British one, not a fake out Australian, which as Americans we have trouble differentiating. We got not my
Wait, I learned today that Australia is still in the Commonwealth because my good Australian friend, other Catherine, was talking about the king, and I was all like, "Oh, dumb American! Does Australia have a king?" And it's the British. It's King Charles.
Commonwealth. I'm looking who's still in the Commonwealth right now. Yeah, they're still there.
That's fucking crazy.
Australia's still there. Canada's still there. Well, I knew Canada, but
We should just take over Australia.
free them.
Oh, okay. Wait, so like, do you have a position on like Trump's Greenland thing?
Me?
No, Fess, because he said that we should just take over
Oh.
Australia.
I mean, I would rather have Australia personally than Greenland. I'm not getting fooled by the whole, oh, it's called Greenland, but it's actually, I'm not being fooled by that. I'd rather have Australia.
That's judicious. All right, real quick while you're reading, it does have to be in an accent.
The whole thing?
I'm also gonna put in the gossip nuke.
Oh,
You guys are-
preemptively. I'm gonna try to ignore it, because I don't wanna make this current gossip request feel small in the face of the nuke.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Okay. Oh, that's the nuke. Okay. Not my gossip, but kind of is. For context, one of my best mates is good mates with my ex, and also lives with her. Me and my best mate Maddie both met my ex about around the same time last year. She became good friends with her, and I started dating her for a little bit. Until I found she was crazy and manipulative. Women, am I right? We can cut that. So, on goes the year. Oh, sorry, did you say something?
I was saying we could cut that, or we could just put it in at a random point of the podcast. It's just Mr. 500 saying women, am I right?
Oh, no, I'm not saying cut that from the podcast. I'm saying he should have cut this out.
Oh. Well, I don't think we should actually silence our gossipers.
Hey, you want to censor our gossipers, really? Come on, man.
Well,
Not a dead. Not a dead.
Oh, there we go. I fixed it. We're good. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna restart. Bitless this time. Let's just get it out of the way. No comments.
No bits.
Not my gossip, but kind of is. For context, one of my best mates is good mates with my ex, and also lives with her. Me and my best mate Maddie both met my ex around about the same time last year. She became good friends with her, and I started dating her for a little bit, until I found out she was crazy and manipulative. Women, am I right? So on goes the year. I ignore her, but obviously have to interact with her, because we're in the same social group, blah blah blah. Fast forward to today. My ex was supposed to go on Maddie's family holiday to Greece. This has been planned for several months now, and they go away next week. This is an all-inclusive package holiday, where my ex only needs to pay flights. This is around £400, which, running the numbers real quick, for us Americans out there, £400 is $540. So,
That's kind of a bigger difference than I expected.
yeah, it's a lot.
Really, really.
That'll be like 2 cents or something like that. That's crazy. Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what they pay with over there. Which is a large sum of money, but she works full-time and said she cannot afford it. Today, she turned around to Maddie and said that she can no longer go, as she can, quote, no longer afford it. Oh, I misread, sorry. She works full-time and said she could afford it, but today, she turned around to Maddie and said that she can no longer afford it, and so can't go. This, of course, means that Maddie's dad can't alter the booking and can't get any money back from their all-inclusive holiday. Understandably, he was pretty pissed to find this out, and so was Maddie. Especially when 2 days previously, my ex went and got her lips done. When Maddie tried to have her conversation over this, she screamed abuse in her face, turned everything on herself, and played the victim, and stormed out of the room before Maddie could say anything. In another turn of events, she was going to Canada to stay with Maddie for 2 months, as she is from there. We all go to uni in Scotland, which Maddie's dad has since uninvited her to, meaning that she now has unrefundable flights to Canada worth around £1,500. That's fun.
That's fun.
In another turn of events, news got dropped to Maddie during the argument that her and another one of Maddie's flatmates were moving out of the flat on the 10th of May in 4 days. This is... Man, how old is this gossip request? This is exactly a month-old gossip request. I don't remember this podcast being in discussion for so long.
I was gonna say, have we been sitting on this bit for a month?
That's pretty
It's been
rough.
like 2 weeks.
So much could have happened from this. I'm pretty sure it's been... I gotta look at when we first announced the gossip request form, because you might have just had this stocked and loaded. No, this isn't worth my time. Okay.
I think
It's worth...
You should never double.
It's worth checking.
You should never. Never second guess yourself.
So true. Leaving Maddie homeless. Oh, they made the... Wait. Moving out of the flat on the 10th of May. Oh, I can hear myself. And handed in their formal notice to the letting agency, leaving Maddie homeless until she eventually goes back to Canada on the 23rd. At the end of the day, all I could say was, I told you so, great day for me, bad day for Maddie. Hope my couch is very comfy. Much love, Jalen Sugandis.
Jalen Sugandis.
Okay.
There's a lot.
Thank you for your gossip. This is good gossip. I have a variety of questions. First of all, this is all apparently happening like a month ago. So, how did Maddie fare in her 13 days of homelessness? Was she okay? And second question is returning to like the original drama. Why did the evil girl, the ex-girlfriend, why didn't she have her flights for this whole vacation until right before?
Yeah, usually you buy flights as soon as possible. Just the longer you wait, the more expensive it's just gonna get.
Unless you're a sick and twisted mind.
Maybe she was always planning on not going, and she just didn't care. That could be a possibility.
It could be possible.
Yeah, Okay, so let's play. Who's the most in the wrong here? It's obviously the ex, right?
The ex is the most in the wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I don't know why I said play that.
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious.
The only part that's wrong. But you know what? I don't mean to put our gossipers on the hot seat. But you always hear about a crazy ex. And if everyone has a crazy ex,
Then someone's one crazy ex is tearing everyone apart.
how crazy can the ex really be
If
if
everyone has the same crazy ex.
Oh.
That's what's happening.
Oh, like my crazy ex.
Yeah.
Is that the same as this girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so the crazy ex is really sort of an entity. It shapeshifts.
Yeah, did you not take X 101?
It's like the
No.
Baba dude, right? Basically.
Wait, I actually I failed X 101. Like I never went to class. Like
Okay.
sorry.
Do we have anything we can say about this? I feel like it's more of just it's just a wonderful, it's just a story to share of justice.
Story.
Just a cool story. Okay.
It does suck that almost at the end of that. That is tough.
That's pretty tragic. Okay.
Well, I'm glad that we're finally getting to the bottom of Crazy X.
Yeah, and now we've reached the gossip nuke.
Yeah.
Do I have some sort of alarm I can... Oh, gossip! That's the gossip nuke alarm. That's the alarm we play every episode when the gossip nuke drops.
How are you doing that?
What do you mean?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. Okay.
Nice.
You having fun? Okay. That's enough. That's enough. Gossip nuke.
I won't use that for the rest of the episode.
You're trying to tell somebody else what to do, Mr. 500? That's kind of messed up, man.
Please, 498.
I finished. I had 4 twisted teas for this episode.
They hit one of the towers.
That Dr. Pepper was empty. It's just on my desk. I'm not drinking anything.
They're all empty, so I have this. I have an emergency pack of Modelo's under my desk. We're gonna have to crack one. I don't really like Modelo's, but that's why they're for emergencies.
They're here for the gossip
Me,
nuke.
my best friends.
I think drinking during a podcast is unprofessional, but
I think that you shouldn't question women.
I think you're the one that's being unprofessional right now. You're the only one not drinking. Just saying.
Busy, have you ever thought about ending your life?
right by now, probably.
Okay, cool. Like, okay.
Gossip nuke.
Is that
Gossip
gossip
nuke.
today?
Hmm?
Are they gossip today?
let's do it again so Fizzy can join. Ready? No, Faz, you're early.
Alright, I'm sorry. We can bits out of post. We can bits out of post. That's my word.
Wow, we killed that.
We did it.
And it was.
Yes, we did that. We did that. We did it.
I hate Modelo.
I like the Modelo with lime. Those are the best ones in my opinion.
I like Modelo, but I just don't like beer. Like, if I have to have a beer, it's a Modelo. But
That's a good commercial. Gossip nuke. Gossip nuke. Gossip nuke. So, now before 2020, Jackie and Jake, already just bad, used to date, but that fell apart, of which I don't know why. Might ask later. They might have the answer to this.
I don't mean to interrupt. Did you skip the intro? Because...
I'm not seeing an intro.
Oh, is there not an intro? Wow. Yeah.
We're just getting straight into it.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I guess we're doing 2 mistakes this time. Then, in 2022, Tyler and Jackie would later be friends and talk, which would flourish into a little secret relationship between them, because Jake could or could not have some feelings on that. Want to keep it discreet, just in case Jake blows his shit. We don't know. Around
Jake, if you're
2023.
I was saying hi, Jake, if you're watching.
I don't think you're gonna want to say that based on the ending of this story, but
Oh.
it's
Did
the.
you say for you or Jackie?
I said hi, Jake, if you're watching, but then I'm retracting
Oh.
that statement. Retracting it.
Interesting that you immediately
Interesting.
said
Said hi to the
Jake.
man.
Jackie.
Jackie could be a man's name.
In the same way that Jake could be a woman's name.
I played the fifth.
Okay. Around 2023 to 2024. That is when the relationship is public and Jake finally knows. Attention, everyone, Jake knows. At first, he says he's pretty fine with it, since Jake is married to someone else. Now, sure,
Oh.
he has told us that he personally isn't fulfilled in his marriage, but regardless, Jake has said he is happy for Tyler. You said you wouldn't do it again.
Oh.
Alright. Now, early this year, Jackie breaks up with Tyler because she sees Tyler pretty different. Now, early this year, Jackie breaks.
Why are you stopping, Fizzy?
Now, early this year. There it is, yeah. Now, early this year, Jackie breaks up with Tyler because she sees Tyler pretty differently with how she views him, on top of the fact that she feels like she needs to work on herself before getting deep into the relationship. Tyler, you take one sip of beer and it all goes out the window. Just pure sanity. Or pure insanity. Fuck. Stupid.
I'm
Lightweights, man.
I'm eating a cookie right now.
Can I have
Shout
one? Can I have some? Can I have some?
He wants some.
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
She has two. Okay. Tyler is obviously very sad at this, and we try our best to cheer him up, emphasize with him how sorry we are about this. Keep in mind. It just says keep this in mind. So keep this in mind. They're trying to make Tyler feel better, and be there for him. Now I had to do some roof work in my house recently, so I put my phone on Do Not Disturb for the entire week, and focused on work.
Wow.
That's a lot of Do Not Disturb.
Good discipline. My phone is on Do Not Disturb, and I always check it anyway.
My phone is never on Do Not Disturb, because I care about the people in my life.
You're hearing it first, folks. Disturb Fizzy.
That's been happening.
On a constant state of Do Disturb.
I am on Do Disturb. When I come back, I'm not greeted with, hey, what's up? But rather, oh, you might have to take another week off. Why is that? Well, we're cutting ties with Jake. Why are we... That's actually appropriate. Why are we cutting ties with Jake? Oh, it's because when Tyler and Jackie was public in their relationship, Jake would message Jackie and try to feed Jackie misinformation and lies about Jackie. So,
Jake, you mean.
I think they've...
No.
I think there's a typo here because I don't think Jackie is telling Jackie about Jackie.
Oh. Jake is telling Jackie about Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
He would say that Tyler is kind of a loser and someone that you shouldn't build your life around. At some point, she kind of fell for it, and hence the breakup. In some unfortunate situations in her past, she has suffered a bit of brain, and is susceptible to knee-jerk reactions because it's very hard for her to sit down and think about what's going on. I'm assuming it's a brain injury. Now, she told Tyler about it, and everyone in my friend group are planning to gather screenshots of Jake flirting with other women and sending it to his wife for revenge and blocking him. I would also like to pose a question. If you were in my position, would you participate in his revenge scheme to make Jake's life worse? Or would you back off and let the fire burn? Fuck Jake from KS.
Koichi Sok.
Koichi Sok.
What would I do? Let's see.
Well, I thought that is Koichi's story. Him and I are beefing too. We're beefing right now too. I don't know, man, but I'm definitely on his side. Though.
You're mad and you're lashing out at the people in your life right now. So I'm not taking any of your enemies seriously. I think it's more of a you thing.
I have my own issues to work on.
I agree with Fizzy, but I also think that maybe like in this situation, I don't know. I think I would do nothing.
I would do nothing. I would sit back and enjoy and watch. I'm also not one to partake in revenge ever, really.
Actually, I'm lying. I would say publicly that I would do nothing, but I would totally poster.
Fair.
Hmm.
I'm very much a hands-off on revenge kind of person. I don't really partake in many revenge plots. I can't say that. I have partaken in a couple of revenge plots, actually.
Oh. Why don't you share some of the details of said revenge?
Well, it was more just like someone made a few of us mad, and we went to his house and hotboxed his room. While he was on vacation, and we did that 2 different times to 2 different people. That's a story. We can do a lore episode about us another day. That's not the time. This is not the time or the place.
I'm
this
not
is
doing
Coach's-
that. We can do a lore episode about you.
I was about to share my revenge, but
Oh, fine, Fizzy. Why don't you share your lore?
Yeah, Mr. 498.
I don't have to anymore. It's fine. It's fine.
What I
Oh,
thought.
look, now he's sad, Fez.
Here, cheer up, Fizzy. Cheer up. Take it. Take it, Fizzy. Just take it. Just take it.
I'm good. You
Thank you.
guys are. It's fine. You guys deserve it more than me.
Yeah, we do.
I personally would probably. Okay. I think Jackie's the key. Because if. Actually, no. I'm taking part. Because I think more than anything, Jake. Like, I know that there's. Okay. I'm being serious for a moment here. I know that a part of it is like Jake is like maliciously trying to get one of his friends to just like to ruin his life. But to me, the main offense here is he is taking advantage of someone who is disabled, and he is just completely twisting that and letting he knows what he's doing, and also he's flirting with other women while he's married. Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Alright, fuck Jake.
So, you've taken a brave stance, which is you hate the guy that we all hate.
I know. I'm saying I'd take part in the revenge. I'd take part.
Alright. So you're in many ways a more moral person than me and Fez. We just like the drama.
I'm more of a watch, roam, burn kind of guy.
Do I get a point back?
Partaking in the burning.
You get a point
No.
back. Mr. 498.
I was already 498.
Oh, you were 497. I put
Yeah.
you down 497 a couple of seconds ago.
Okay.
It was unanimous. You just weren't there for the vote.
Okay.
You weren't listening to women.
And that's the motto here at the State of the League podcast. The State of the League podcast. Which are we bringing it to a close? Do we have any closing remarks?
Do we have closing remarks for the State of the League podcast? Also, I have a question. We can cut this. Is it State of the League or State of the League?
I think it's both.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool.
whatever we want it to be.
Well, I have a couple things to say. Number one, if you've enjoyed the State of the League podcast, put in some hot goss requests.
Mhm.
Anything.
I think the
And if
one
I don't-
change. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was about to say if I don't like it, I won't read it.
Mm-hmm. And that's you just knew that was true. I hope you guys all knew that was true. The one thing I will say is I think next time, if we could angle more for sort of give us questions, give us something to think about, something meaty. Because a lot of these, while I've appreciated them, are kind of just stories. And we can share those. Maybe you could tag it. Maybe we could separate it to where if you want to share a story or if you want to pose a question.
Yeah.
Make us like question our morality a little bit. You know, make us think about the choices we would
Make us
make.
think,
in
make
those
us feel, make
situations.
us breathe.
Maybe
Exactly.
one of us is a computer whiz, and we can figure out how to do that.
I know a guy.
Huh. Izzy knows a guy that everybody. So yeah, that's our last comment. While we appreciated all of your gossip requests, also in a sense, they also all sucked.
That is the official stance of the State of the League podcast.
It wasn't an official stance. Why does everything a woman says have to be official?
Okay, so I think do we have any other closing remarks?
I think this went well. I think we had some fun. We got some hot gossip. Saw a fight.
Saw a fight.
Izzy lost points, which is, I mean, the goal of this podcast is
I'm gonna have to
get down
update
zero.
my nickname real quick. I'm at 498 right now.
Mr. 498. Can we get the mods to make you a new role
No,
that says Mr. 498?
I am just changing my name. Let me see if any hot goss is dropped while we are on the pod.
The gossip.
Catherine awoke. But the poll, I think the poll closed before she woke up.
Wow.
I said it
Not
to
being
close in an
inclusive.
hour. Let me see if she has anything to say.
So do you want my take on whether or not Pablo is a lesbian?
Is he lesbian adjacent, I think is the...
Lesbian debate.
Lesbian adjacent. Now, do you want my serious take or do you want my silly take?
Oh.
Both.
Okay, my serious take is pissing me off when cis men want to be adjacent to lesbianism. My silly take is he kind of has a lesbian haircut, so he can stay.
Okay. We'll take that as a draw.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
say I'm neutral.
We'll average it as a draw. Okay. Thank you. Do you have any remarks?
You're
We're about to
so
close.
welcome.
Yeah, we're about to close the podcast. Do you have any remarks?
Finishing off the pod.
Honestly, I just wanted to thank you all for your service. It's so beautiful to see, a community of real gossip girls come together to speak about what's important in this kind of like day and age.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right.
We love you, Catherine.
Yes.
I love you, Catherine.
I do also want to say you have the cleanest audio out of the three of them.
And it's not close.
you can thank my phone for that. So shout out to Tim Cook, I guess.
That's actually, you stole my closing remark. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Tim Cook. He kind of helped me put this thing together. He taught me how to use OBS to record the podcast. So thank you, Tim Cook. I'll be out soon. Don't worry.
And whatever outro we're gonna use.
It will play now. It'll probably be, what's the song they sing at the end of the pod?
The original one or
The
the
outro or the David Robinson one?
You can choose.
we can choose. I'm personally very partial to the video of the little kid dancing in front of the Thompson twins.
Well, okay. We'll do that, and then I'll pick like our faces like fading across the screen. It'll be fun.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
Smooth
perfect.
Geo's
I love
joined.
the editing decisions on the pod.
Well,
There we go.
This is a real peek behind the curtain.
okay.
We've been recording for 3 hours. I'm tired.
Yep, I'm gonna get drunk.
Okay. Well, I gotta give quick shout-outs to everyone who made it. Oscar, Smooth Geo, Why Myself to Sleep, and of course special guest Catherine for the final question. Thank you guys for making it out for the close of the pod. Everyone else was too slow. Alright.
Guys,
We love you.
bye. Channel.
State of the League recording is concluded.